Hello, everybody. Welcome to the month of Star Wars here on Spoiler Warning. I'm here, obviously, joining me, of course, is Chris and Rutskarn, and also Glitch.
Hello.
Yep, hello. Alex could not show up today. She was, unfortunately, at the last minute seduced by the dark side of the Force.
Yes.
I want to say I didn't see it coming, but in retrospect, it makes sense.
I mean, was it really last minute, though? I think
it was a saga. It would require at least 3 films to adequately tell the saga of how Alex fell to the dark side, so let's just dive right into this video game.
So,
actually, let's not dive right in. Let's first go on Twitter and give everybody the Discord and give everybody the signal that it's time to come watch us be EA.
I have tweeted. The tweet has been
okay.
Made. And now I need to make sure that the Discord beep sound does not play. And I don't know. Somebody left the Discord call. Oh, that was great. Rutskarn might be experiencing some technical difficulties with his internet again, so that's gonna
Alex got him.
Awesome.
I blame California.
Notifications.
Is that one of the sound effects we're making up?
Yeah, I'm making up stuff. I'm making up all the lightsaber sound effects.
This is making
I'm back in Memphis, it's fine.
Noises while I turn them all off.
Josh, they're saying that the audience is saying that you are quieter than everyone else.
Right, okay. I can fix that. Okay, how do I sound now?
I think you sound lovely, but I'm gonna wait for them.
Well, you can
I
always,
would never say
check
that.
the stream yourself.
I'm savoring it like a fine scotch. It's just so
If I turn on the stream,
tongues.
I'm gonna hear the conversation and then the conversation from 10 seconds ago, and it's gonna blow my mind.
I'll jump into the fractal fuck you, and then I'll discern how loud Josh is. Josh, sing something.
They're saying Josh is still quiet. Game
Yeah.
is pretty loud.
I'm seeing if I can turn the gain up on my microphone.
Yeah.
Windows? Give me
Yeah, if you go into recordings and you just drag the levels up from the device settings, that's what I usually do when it turns out that I've got the voice of a giant from Newcastle.
What is Newcastle? Is that like the beer?
Okay, I actually want to get down to this. Are you aware that Newcastle is a place?
I'm aware that it's a place because that's where the beer comes from.
Okay, yeah. So that's the epistemology there.
Is it weird that I think it's a fast food chain, too? And where am I getting that idea
White
from?
Castle.
White Castle. Gotcha. We don't have any of those around here, so...
White Castle is significantly larger than Newcastle.
But do they have spicy crispy chicken sandwiches?
Does White Castle have spicy crispy chicken sandwiches?
That's my question.
Okay, so
That's
what
we
I've
need
done
to
is
know.
I can't actually boost myself all that much more. So I've just made everything quieter, aside from me.
Okay.
So hopefully that will make up for that problem.
Yep. Okay, fair enough. To answer your question, Glitch, so White Castle does experiment with temporary menu items, but evidently they're all terrible because nobody gives a shit. So it's kind of like they're like, hey, if you want something besides sliders, we've got an ostrich's armpits lightly pan-seared. And people are like, well, that doesn't sound very appealing, but on the other hand, I don't feel like a slider.
Okay, how's this?
Okay.
You need to be talking, to contrast this. This
Okay.
always happens. I adjust audio
Alright,
settings and everybody
alright.
else is just like, I don't know.
Oh, we finally. I actually just refreshed, and now I finally have chat.
Oh,
I
good.
was really hoping. Go ahead.
I apologize for starting this late. I totally forgot that this wasn't a fucking Steam game and thus would not play well with Steam controller settings. That launched me into a little bit of a thing.
Are you really...
Still use your PS4 controller as your primary PC controller?
I fucking hate Xbox controllers.
Really? They're so much better. Okay,
No, they're
I'm not.
not.
Gonna touch it. They are, but I'm not going to touch it.
My
I'm not
hands are
gonna
like
touch it.
half the size of yours. They're not great.
You know what's best is the
mine-
good old mouse and keyboard. Fight me.
very average hands. If they're
My hands are
not
extremely
us-
small, Chris.
Yeah, it runs in the family. The Veals have very, very tiny hands.
I'd like the lore that Chris just has like the hands of the muscle from like a pulp comic.
All right, so this
and then,
is
like, you know, Chris is all like academics and talk, but if you get to a dust up with him about Call of Duty gunslinger, he's gonna corner you in an alleyway and spread his mitts and then just pound one fist into the other, and you can hear the sound of him cracking his knuckles from the speakeasy across the alley.
So this is Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, I believe is the actual styling of it. And this game came out like last week, something like that.
Sometime last week.
Yeah, and so we're kind of taking advantage of the imminent release of the next Star Wars movie to do a week of just Star Wars games that we've been kind of wanting to do for a while but never got around to. So we're going to be doing a Star Wars month. So that's basically going to be all of our content until the end of the year.
I am so unexcited for the new Star Wars movie that I forgot it was even coming out. I'm like, oh, cool, they're doing a Star Wars month. Didn't even connect it to the fact that it's coming out.
We're going to be doing a lot of retro games, but let's start with the game that's now the newest in the Star Wars canon, which is this thing, which had, I think, quite possibly the most boring E3 presentation ever when it was showed off like just 8 months ago. Like, this game was not announced until this year, I think.
Taking a page from Bethesda.
And it looked like this horrible generic action game with a boring dude as the centerpiece, who still looks quite boring, frankly. And it looked bad, like the Wookiees looked really bad. The lightsaber combat didn't look great. But no, apparently it's like a Souls-like, and nobody decided to say that.
It's partially a Souls-like. I've been playing it. I'm about a third of the way through it. I don't want to spoil anything, so I'll just say that it's partially a Souls-like.
Right.
And we won't get to the Souls-like bit for about an hour, so just be prepared for that.
Yeah. So let's start a new journey here.
I actually have as we're starting the journey, before we get too much into the game, I actually have a Star Wars related story involving both me and Glitch from a couple of years ago when Last Jedi came out.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay, I feel like you'll definitely remember once I start talking about it. So at the time, Glitch and I were working for the same company, and Glitch was responsible for my time cards and for approving vacation requests.
That's
and
right.
We both worked in a customer-facing area where, like, kind of members of the juvenile community would, like, post lots of stuff, and we had to look through their posts. And I submitted a time-off request for the night that The Last Jedi came out, and for a reason, I just put Star Wars, the last chance not to get spoiled by edgy teens. And from what I heard, Glitch's reaction was to see it, laugh, and then think about it for a second, and then immediately request time off for the same time slot.
Yeah.
That
I was like,
That
that's
was
a good point you've made.
abysmal. Like, The Force Awakens was like that whole thing, because they released like that early screening like a week before that thing hit theaters. So
yeah, that was even worse.
There were spoilers everywhere. I think like everyone on my team got spoiled except for me when that movie came out, and I managed to avoid it because I like immersed myself in QA stuff and wasn't doing anything else that was like customer facing.
Subtitles.
I didn't have that luxury,
yes.
but I was already on vacation at that time, so it didn't even occur to me to do it when the Last Jedi came out.
So, one thing I will point out is that we have just started a Star Wars game, and we did not get a title crawl, and I have to respect that. I really appreciate
Dad's
that.
Star Wars game. This is a post Rogue One Star Wars game.
It's funny you mentioned Rogue One because they're saying Rutz is still a bit quiet. We need to...
I'll turn it up. I can turn it up on my
Yeah,
end,
he
Josh.
turned himself
Don't
down.
touch a goddamn thing, Josh.
All right.
An error has been detected on line 10A. All our clamps are jammed. I need 2 workers to climb up and secure the cables.
That's not an easy maneuver.
The guild will double your pay for this shift.
So
You'll have to let me know how I am from here.
you sound alright. You guys are single up.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on.
Let's go.
We're seeing it on our stream too. We're seeing it on the Discord
in
stream.
slow motion. It's just slow motion.
Streaming to Discord and Twitch at the same time.
I wonder if it's the uncapped frame rate is messing with it. So we'll bump that down to 60 and see if that makes any difference.
It actually does seem to.
That
make
looks a lot
end.
better on my end. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It was the frame rate being way higher than.
I'm fucking stunned that fixed. This is a forced miracle. This is a forced miracle that there is a weird streaming glitch, and the first thing we try fixes it.
Yeah, really.
I want everyone to realize what they just witnessed here.
So, anyway, back to what I was saying about Rogue One. It's interesting that you bring up Rogue One because Rogue One is sort of, I think, tonally the closest this game gets to the rest of the Star Wars universe.
Up here.
This reminds me a lot of the opening of Solo, actually.
And that's what I was gonna say. The character actually reminds me of Solo from the back.
He looks more like what's his face from Solo than he does like Harrison Ford. Than either of them do like Harrison Ford.
Right.
This game does kind of look like the setting from Solo, like the bigger universe.
Right.
Not like the planet, but like the kind of like the setting that it takes place in, like the franchise.
Yeah.
So I love that there's a Resistance or whatever ship. Not Resistance, but the
Confederacy.
Whatever, the Federation. Yeah. This game does a really good job. Separatists. Well, whatever Alex's logo is.
Nemodians.
Nemodians. Yes, the Nemodian ship.
Post-processing. So,
but this game does a really good job of mixing up a lot of both original trilogy and prequel stuff.
Yeah, for anybody who isn't aware, by the way, Alex, our co-host, on Discord, her icon is Newt Gunray from the Trade Federation.
I'm good.
with a bunch of hearts.
With a bunch of hearts on it, so it's like a mash note for Newt Gunray. Mash note for Newt Gunray is my new Star Wars poke punk band.
So I'm.
You go down the lit path.
Oh, I see. Okay.
It's teaching you that this is basically part Uncharted. Is really what this tutorial is.
So
yes,
when did
Josh.
this game come out again? How many people have already beaten this game?
You are not approved trash.
I heard it's not terribly.
Trash. Just not approved trash.
I have not beaten it. I'm about a third of the way through.
I like how Cal has to like basically explain that robot's joke to the audience.
Yes.
I feel like that was a bit. I mean, okay, you know, it's Star Wars, and like explaining the joke kind of is about the level of Star Wars, but I feel like they could have just left that one sing.
This game is like kind of hitchy. Like, there's some weird. I don't know if that's the motion blur fucking up. Oh. Whoops! Workplace accident.
And that's
Gotta switch back. It needs one of those like things in the Indiana Jones game. It's just the sad Star Wars theme. Every time you die.
It is weirdly janky. Like, as much as I am enjoying this game, considering that I wasn't really excited about it at all at its announcement, you gotta hold the button.
Okay.
It is weirdly hitchy. There are things where you will go into a cutscene where you're talking, come out of the cutscene, and start moving, and the game unlocks your movement, but doesn't activate the animation system. So you're kind of T-pose moving for about 7 frames before the game decides you're walking.
My favorite is when you fall off of ledge during combat and everything just gets screwy when you respawn.
These red things.
It's how they indicate where you can go. Again,
Right.
Tomb Raider, Uncharted.
Mirror's
You've done
Edge.
this.
Reckless cow.
Good to see you.
Me too. Don't get yourself
You know, every game that does this way just feels dated since Assassin's Creed Origins came out and was just like, yeah, you can climb on whatever. You can do it, you know. And Breath of the Wild had a similar thing.
Yeah, there's a couple of times where I get confused in this game where it's just like
It's one of those.
intuitive.
Yeah, it's one of those.
I don't find these indicators particularly obvious.
No.
I love those rats.
Creepy.
So, can we talk about
No need to come out and say hi this time.
Cal being a boring white dude who apparently is going to have the one story that they've been telling in fucking Star Wars material for the past 20 years. Like,
Is that Death 2?
apparently that
Wait, actually,
he's gonna this is between Star Wars episode 4 or episode 3 and episode 4, and he's gonna become a Jedi and do like some kind of stuff and hang out with some of the old Jedi that somehow survived, because apparently everybody did. And that's not a story we've ever had before, like in
I think
The Force Unleashed 1, The Force Unleashed 2,
so what you're saying is that he's
Jedi
basically
Knight.
the same kind of character Star Wars always had. doing
Star
the same
Wars
story that Star Wars
Rebels.
always
Yeah,
has.
like, it's just kind of like, I cannot get excited about this dude. Maybe something interesting comes up, but right now I'm just like, this is the least interesting thing about this game to me is this guy.
It feels to me like they want to take it away from... Because there's been all the negative feedback with the new movies. Maybe you like it, maybe you don't. It feels to me like they're just trying to go for that. This is classic Star Wars.
Didn't they like actually
Please
say
like us.
something to that effect? Like, we decided to make him a white dude because you've got Rey and Jyn Erso and controversy. We were just like, we wanted to do something classic. Like, I feel like
About half
someone
the main
said that.
characters- About like half to a third of the main Star Wars characters are female now, so I think we're pretty much just good going forward.
I mean, the one thing they did. I mean, yes, they are doing a very, very stock Star Wars narrative in some senses. The one thing they did is, I don't want to bring it up because it's not really a spoiler, but they did. We'll get to it in the next 45 minutes.
Is
and I'll
that a
talk about why it's-
Sarlacc?
Yeah.
Why is there one of those
Kind
here?
of. I don't think it's an actual Sarlacc. I think it's a Sarlacc adjacent sort of thing.
Yeah,
No,
It's not an actual Sarlacc.
It's Star-like.
Damn it.
thank you, Brett Scott. So I don't always have to hit L2, do I?
Only
Yep,
on
that
the
button.
vine-looking things, which I thought was strange. Like, if you're, like, climbing on a grate or a vine, that's when you have to use the grab onto it button. I wish it was automatic. It's even worse on PC, because the button is, like, E or something. Which,
Yeah.
to me, it would make more sense if it was, like, space.
This is like...
It really is absolutely preposterous that this is how we do our
Right,
job.
I'm just
Like,
thinking
I
about
get
that.
this
Like,
is
you
a
know,
driver's job, but, like,
you can get away with your workplace not, like, really matching... Oh, uh-oh. Oh, good, we have to do that sequence again.
Oh, yes. Hope you get used to that, Josh.
You know, like we can have a fantasy, you know, sci-fi workplace that's not really OSHA compliant, but this is ridiculous. This is nuts. This is like, these
wet.
people are very
fucking
likely to
soaking
get
wet.
killed in this. You
Well,
know, like, what-
also, like, the only reason you ended up coming up that way was because that platform fell down. What would have happened? Would you have had to climb down? Like, what was the plan here?
yeah.
It's sort of like diminished the idea that we're undercover here, when basically we're, at minimum, American Ninja Warrior.
Those Jedi. Real tragedy. Yeah, I've always said they couldn't all be traitors.
Yeah, maybe.
I do love the blue-collar alien friend.
Yeah.
Gonna get a lot of
Yeah.
movies.
Oh, yeah,
Who's
he's
voicing him? He sounds familiar.
Here we are.
I think it's John DiMaggio. Let me look it up.
And I would believe that.
A racket, huh? All of us risking our necks for the bosses. And the pay was better back during the Republic, too.
Hey, you really should watch what you say.
Listen to me. Find us feel like this? Could be your ticket off this soggy rock.
What makes you think I want out of here?
Guile Cato says, so how much Rule 34 Prouf is there now, do you think?
Me?
Who's Prof? Is that the
That's our blue-collar alien friend.
Find your
Oh
destiny.
man, I hope so.
That's...
All right, I'm gonna
That's
do
the-
it.
that's the
I-
primary
I
romance.
am the member of the cast currently who does this sort of thing. So I will answer your question and get back to you.
I am wrong. He was played by J.B. Blanc.
Who's that?
Oh, yeah, classic JB. I don't know who that is.
No, it's just it's a different actor. A French-British actor and voice actor who provides additional voices in the Old Republic.
Oh,
and
we got
Prouf
one of
in Fallen
these.
Order.
Oh, no. Oh, uh-oh. Are we gonna get, like, impaled in a very graphic
No, you just
way
stub your
if
toe
we
really
if we
hard
mess
and-
up in this, like in
Yeah.
Tomb Raider?
You stub your toe and it fades to black.
Actually, every time anything happens that you screw up, it just fades to black and kind of resets you. It's other than that's one of the things that makes it really dissonant when it comes to how it mixes its genres. The Dark Souls stuff is there, so that if you die in combat, there's like consequences. Nowhere near as harsh as a Souls-like, but there are consequences. But in the Uncharted platforming bits, if you fall, you just respawn with a little bit of health loss, and it's no big deal. And like the dissonance there between borrowing from, you know, hardcore, mean, punishing game and game that just wants you to push you through its content. Yeah, Ralph.
I really wish that, or I'm really glad that it's not harsher on death either, because I don't know, to me this game feels a little more clunky. And I don't know, we'll see in a minute what Josh thinks about it, but like, the combat's
I mean,
okay.
Dark Souls is not necessarily the jankliest of games. Like,
I don't know. I have a really hard time reading like the tells with enemies, like when to dodge and when to block. I don't know if it's because they're humanoid. I haven't played a lot of Souls-like games, to be fair, so like maybe I'm just bad at it. But it just doesn't read for me for some reason.
I have an answer. I have been unable to find a single pornographic image of Prouf on the internet.
that sucks.
I mean, he's only
wrong
been
with
around
people?
for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
2 weeks is more than enough time, Chris.
People talk mad shit, but it is actually really hard to find porn of male video game characters.
Yeah.
Like, even, like, fucking Kazuma Kiryu, you would think that there'd be, like, 1,000 pictures of Kazuma Kiryu on
There's
the
got to
internet.
be some
There's
for, like,
4.
Dante.
There's, like, 4 porn images of Kazuma
and
Kiryu on the entire
Leon.
World Wide Web.
The old lump, okay?
Dante and Leon, there's a ton of Dante and Leon, but, like...
Sephiroth.
Yeah, but, like, if it's a niche game, or even just, like, a game that has not, like, been around during people's formative sexual years, it doesn't really exist much at male characters.
We've been through some hell together.
I actually wouldn't be surprised if I couldn't even find anything of Cal right now.
Well, you know, Rutskarn, you are an artist.
I'm pretty sure
And you
that
do have a
Blum is in this
Patreon.
game. I'm pretty sure he voices some of the stormtroopers. I could be wrong.
Shit, where's my tablet?
This place.
Steve Blum?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I would be surprised if he does not voice all of the stormtroopers in this game.
You know, disappear.
Just gonna head back to my place, grab my
Honestly, we haven't gotten there yet either, but I find the stormtroopers to be really refreshing in this game. They're not just mindless moves as much. They kind of bring back that Star Wars Episode 4 dialogue of, oh, we're talking about like regular things.
Close the blast door. Close the blast door.
And then
Open
you
the
murder
blast door.
Yeah, I mean, stormtroopers should be people, and then, you know, it should still be fine to shoot them because they're stormtroopers.
No, they actually have some really great situational conversation barks. Like when you're down to one stormtrooper, it's like, you know, oh no, I'm the last one left. I can't take him alone, and things like that. They, you know, it's not as groundbreaking or interesting as some of what Shadow of Mordor did with its enemies, but it is an attempt to make them more human than just faceless mooks.
Is he gonna sell us out? That's
Don't
weird.
go that way. That's the way of gonk droids.
Whoa. I'm not used to turning the camera to that, like, the character turns too. That's unusual for like I'm expecting Souls controls, and all of a sudden no.
Well, it's just this bit. It's the scripted sequence.
Prof?
I believe actually this is something close to their little corridors thing.
Corridors thing?
I really like that.
Like when you're walking through a too tight corridor, it kind of locks the camera behind you. It's not as locked down, but it's.
Is it just me or people vanishing? Oh yeah. Okay. That's weird.
Where you going?
God, there are so many video games.
Yeah,
I can't fucking. I'm like 10 hours into. What? I feel like I messed up the transition there a little bit. Oh, look, an R2 droid.
Thank goodness, actually, there's so many video games. If there was like 2, We would have a short career on the internet.
Well, like, I mean, we didn't have a whole lot, and then a bunch of them came out just over the last 2 months or so. Like, I'm 10 hours into the Outer Worlds.
On the one hand, that is true, but on the other hand, Yakuza 5 Remaster has not come out yet, so I haven't really had anything to do.
That's true. I want to play Disco Elysium, but, you know, I've got so much other stuff.
Mark well and listen. Master, trust only in the Force.
I do appreciate that they made our master a weird fucking alien thing with mutton chops, who is, oh, okay, let's be honest, probably slightly sexier than Prowl.
Was that Crispin?
Rutskarn, I'm gonna have to ask him.
You know what? It's valid.
Prowl is
Only God can judge you. Hey, it's the Stormtroopers. I like it. I like Stormtrooper armor. I still think it's a classic design.
It's a great design, and I love how good it looks here.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
It looks really
It's
good.
almost weird seeing them in such high detail.
It reminds me of Troopers.
Clerks?
Troopers?
Troopers. It's that like cop
Lasai,
Oh,
yeah.
that.
fan film.
Can TIE fighters just do that? Just land on
Well,
nothing?
TIE fighters, I don't know about, but
I
TIE
didn't think they
interceptors,
could,
Josh?
but
TIE interceptors
I didn't
can.
think they could, but there's actually a canonical example of them doing that in the video game Star Wars. What's it called? What was the name of that game where you play like a Jedi that like was working on a scrapper planet, and then you had a guy Prowl who's like your teammate, and then remember there's this
Oh, yeah, the
there's
Force
TIE fighter
Unleashed.
that landed in that. Yeah, that one.
No common anarchist, but a devotee of the treasonous Jedi Order.
So we haven't really gotten there yet, and I kind of want to bring this up now because I don't know if we're going to get to it. But one of my favorite things about this game, at least so far, is how they frame the Empire. Instead of just like a lot of Star Wars games frame the Empire as just cartoonish evil that we just need to kill all the stormtroopers in.
Yeah.
And this game lets you sort of see some places where, like, they did forced relocations, they have mindlessly killed people, but also they're incompetent. Like, it really brings back that sort of, like, Nazi parallel that sort of the Stormtroopers were meant to evoke, where they're, like, a fasci order that at once is doing abhorrent, terrible things galaxy-wide, but also they're really dumb, and they really are not very good at what they do. And this game captures both of that, and I love that. I don't know if we're going to get to any examples of that, but it's kind of nice.
Is it stupidity or is it corruption? Because it feels to me like a lot of this game is failure by corruption.
Well, I mean, they're also, you know, just incompetent in a lot of examples. I don't want to spoil anything from the game, but there are places where they are doing things that don't make sense if you stop and if you actually know the history of the Jedi. What you know makes what they're doing very dumb, and I appreciate that.
Oh, that's funny. I was watching the YouTube version. I'm like, huh, that's some weird audio delay. Or the Twitch stream.
I found the Jedi.
And now we know why there's not more powerful Lord.
Why would they do that?
Why would they do what?
They sent
Drop him off a
them to get this guy, and so they throw him off a cliff.
Easy now.
Well, no, we fought our way out.
You don't need to call this in.
Yeah,
No.
we lasered we lightsabered his arm.
What? I didn't see that. I didn't see that this time Josh played, and I didn't see that when I played through it. Also, it didn't make any sense, that whole sequence.
Hear that over the comm? Jedi? Stay sharp. They won't get past us. It's a traitor. Blast them.
And if you parry it, Josh, you can hit it right back at him.
Yeah.
Contact confirmed. Shoot to kill. Come on, don't let him get you.
Don't let him get you.
Okay, I actually give up.
Solid
He's too
advice.
fucking hard to draw.
I believe in you, Rutskarn. You threw us on the moon.
There's so much going on his face, and I can't use my mouse while I'm drawing with the tablet because I have my mic plugged into the only USB port I can be bothered to read. really gotta get a USB bank one of these days.
Nope. That's not what I
I've got like
wanted
the
to...
VR headset that
How
takes
do
up
I-
like 8 bazillion ports.
L2 is climb is weird.
Gotta keep moving.
I mean, it's not that dissimilar from Assassin's Creed making it right trigger. And now we see the payoff of the seed planted in The Force Awakens.
Okay.
Yeah,
This actually
camera,
brings
that
back
was
a lot of
awesome.
memories. Does anyone else remember how, like, when you're playing games like Jedi Academy or Jedi Outcast, it's actually strangely hard to hit someone right in front of you with a lightsaber or something?
Yeah.
Josh is better at this than I thought.
It's like, you just, whenever you've got a lightsaber, you do all these, like,
There are just
kind of
infinite
fancy
numbers
moves
of
in
these
games
guys.
like Jedi Outcast and, like,
Do
Jedi
I-
Academy.
Is it not letting me
Like,
get
you
through
do
the
these-
tutorial because I'm not blocking but rather parrying? Is
Yes,
that-
you have
Yeah.
to block.
Okay, now we can do that.
I want to know how long you could do that. Could you get just hundreds of dead stormtroopers in that room if you just kept killing them with parries?
Kill enough stormtroopers that you can reach the ceiling that they're jumping out of by standing on top of the body pile.
This seems a lot easier with the controller. Watching you play compared to trying to do with the mouse.
Why?
You gotta climb it. It's a climbing
Oh, I see. Okay.
Anyway, but yeah, there's like a weird thing in games like Jedi Academy and Jedi Outcast where when you swing your lightsaber, you actually do like this fancy move where you swing like kind of high or to the sides. And it's often like if you move your mouse a little bit so that you're not directly pointing at the opponent, all these like wide saber arcs just kind of go over their head, next to them, beside them. It's bizarrely frustrating because it feels like you have to be very deliberate swinging this lightsaber around.
It's more climby, Josh.
God damn it.
Yep.
Climby up on the right.
This one took me a minute. There's a lot of like weird
Platform.
lack of indicators
Yeah.
where you're like, oh, I'm just supposed to figure it out, but to me, that kind of ruins the tension.
We got Lachlan. We had the lightsaber the whole time, so that kind of gets to what I was saying about the one good thing they had. The one good decision they made about this game was that they're not doing the Kyle Katarn path to being a Jedi, and they're not doing the whoever you were in Force Unleashed slow journey to being the most powerful thing ever. You're already a Jedi. Like you were a Padawan, but basically you're a full-blown Jedi now, and that's it. We're skipping all the dumb stuff.
Boy.
Exactly.
So we're Kanan Jarrus instead of... I forget what his name is.
Kyle Katarn?
No, from Star Wars Rebels.
Oh, I've never watched Rebels. I need to watch it.
You
It's-
get your lightsaber from the beginning.
Ezra guy.
Yeah, Ezra, that's it.
I don't remember his last name.
Get to the front. Stop the train.
Obviously, Jedi Academy.
In
started as an
retrospect,
apprentice.
there were a lot of, like, weirdly biblical names in that show. There's a Caleb.
Alright, so now it's time for a stupid
Ezra.
minigame.
Kanan was like the mentor guy, right?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Oh man, I feel like I'm right into Star Wars movies. Remember that time that gotta move between bursts?
Uh-oh. God, this game... It's weird. Like, there are some
Isn't it
parts of it
weird?
that are really cool, and then other parts that are just super janky.
I'm really looking forward to your first death from something besides from just
Yeah! Just
jogging
careening
straight
off the edge or
precipice.
something.
Well, I haven't even gotten to that change yet. and I'm
Ow.
curious what Josh's thoughts are going to be about the health system.
What difficulty did you set it to?
I just
Josh?
set it to Jedi Knight. Oh no, it's more climbing.
Coupling out. Gotta get down.
Gotta get down. Gotta get up. Get up. Get down. Get down. Get down. Gotta get
Oh,
down.
I thought you were going to do the Russian doll song.
Oh, I thought he was going Static Shock.
Exertion.
Gotta get up, in the morning. I don't know it. I only have the vaguest memory of that song. Shut up, Josh.
Only way is up.
So far, this is still not much more dangerous than your normal day job.
Yeah, this is just kind of a walk in the park. Oh boy.
You can't say that your career did not give you life skills.
You know, in episode 4, how there was that really tense sequence where Luke and Leia get stuck between a closed door with stormtroopers on the other side of it and a bridge that's out, then they start shooting at him, and the big resolution of that is Luke uses a grappling hook to swing across to the other side.
So, for the record, at least so far, the rest of this game is nowhere near this over the top. This game opens on full video game, and then once it starts becoming like an actual Dark Souls, scales back way back to like, oh, it's you versus some stormtroopers. But like, it opens on this, where it's the most over-the-top video game thing you can imagine.
This looks very much like someone put together a vertical slice for a meeting, and this was the vertical slice.
Yeah, this is just this actually is just like Uncharted with Star Wars.
And there are still bits like that once you get to the main game, but it's just little bits. This is the only, at least thus far that I've played, this is the only real extended sequence like this.
I have to say that if I played this at E3, I would not be very interested in the final product.
Yeah.
I feel like I could already play this game like 20 different ways.
I'm honestly impressed you did that with that much health.
I'm impressed that you're not getting your health back.
Josh, jump off the edge. Aww.
Oh.
You finally let something else kill you.
I didn't realize I didn't have any health.
Yeah, I didn't even notice when you got hit, honestly.
Okay, that's interesting. The game said respawn. They never say respawn in the single player campaign.
It's the name of the company that made it.
That's a very bad reason to call it that.
My parry window is extremely generous.
That's also not a great name for a video game company. That sounds like the name of a video game company from a Couch Gamer comic from 2005. Oh yeah, I work for Respawn Software. I'm working on Shoot Duty 5.
Shoot Duty.
Take out the guys in with the guns. Yeah. All right, now take out the guys with the guns on the train when you can.
I think they're already dead.
All right, the train's gone. All right, we did it.
I also appreciate that you reflect back one blaster bolt and they die. That's good. That's good design.
What now?
Like the dumbest thing in the other Star Wars games, like the old ones from the 2000s, is that you have to shoot a stormtrooper like 3 times for them to die. Like, what game did you guys think you were making?
Well, I mean, they started with a Doom clone, so...
Oh, this can't be good.
You shoot an imp in Doom once with a shotgun and dies, I'm pretty sure. What a video game!
Isn't it?
What a video game!
Imagine if this happened in a movie. It would just be the most ridiculous shit.
I grew up on playgrounds.
Oh, I definitely
like
did not get that fucking...
in my country in a demographic. And I've ridden more slides in video games, watching you stream them, than I have ridden in my actual life.
And all your rims are broken.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, this part, this isn't that bad. They did this in the... You know, I'll give this to them.
It was clearly too cool to be playable, but whatever. Okay, yeah.
Why does an Inquisitor just have a TIE Interceptor?
Why would she have something fancier?
She inquired about it.
They're Inquisitors who are super high up and...
Are they?
Didn't Vader just have like a TIE bomber or something?
No, he had a TIE Advanced. That shit was like...
Okay, but like that was a prototype that Darth Vader got to fly. These are the underlings that weren't good enough to be the Force Unleashed level Padawan.
Oh, so okay. So that's a Sekiro thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gotta dodge it. Gotta hit B.
Doing great so far.
Is it just me or does hers have that Kylo noise to it?
Yeah, a little
Like
bit.
the kind of angry buzz.
Yeah, the crackly
The
buzz.
kind of angry buzz.
Can I slow her? No, not really.
You can slow other people, and I.
What's that bar over her head? Is that like her grip or her stamina? Or
No,
something?
that's a stamina. So this is Sekiro.
I will destroy you.
Oh, Sekiro. I thought you were saying Sekiro.
No, Sekiro, the Souls-like that came out earlier this year, or was it earlier this year? Was that game this year? Holy crap!
Yeah.
My mommy always told me not to talk to strangers.
She is played by the same woman that is in Wolfenstein, which is she ends up fighting a resistance movement against fascists a lot in video games.
That's a good point, actually, that the second sister just inadvertently made here. Blaster bolts are about as fast as softballs. You can just dodge one. It's fine.
Is this a spaceship? Because, like, that's a really bad design for an airlock.
It's a spaceship. But it's a Star Wars spaceship. Don't think too much about it.
I was about to say nobody ever gets spaced in Star Wars, but I remember that people absolutely get spaced in Star Wars. And then it's a whole thing.
That was a lot of the deaths in
Last Jedi.
The Last Jedi where people get spaced.
Grab some seat.
Yeah.
So I
Well,
like
good-
Grease, for the record.
The good thing about that was that they really spaced it out throughout the entire movie, so it wasn't too
Hey.
My name
All right,
is
you're
Caesar,
fired again.
and this is my captain.
Hi, I'm
Three
Rutskarn
Strikes.
2.0.
How you doing? Yeah, the manager's
Josh
my
is just
ship,
gonna
but
pretend he didn't hear
better
that
pay
joke.
attention to this lady here.
So, who are you?
So they don't know each other. Okay, I thought this was like he was infiltrating something. I don't know why he would be infiltrating some kind of fucking ship junkyard, but hey.
This is why the Jedis fell apart, is because they wasted crap at creating the most pointless places imaginable.
Hey, we're gonna bring up the foreman on labor violations.
We heard the Inquisitors were heading to Brock.
The Jedi, it turns out, were just space OSHA, and he
Yeah.
was just on duty.
And
when all the other Jedi got
Palpatine was
killed.
like some fucking libertarian business owner who really wanted to not have to pay to put up guardrails.
And we're like, I really want to go back and report my findings to the Jedi Order, but I can't get any vacation time. It's a really bad time. This is a really busy season for the space junking industry. I understand the position my boss is in, and I respect it.
Anybody else?
You know, all I want out of one of these video games is for some character to reference the UCB thing and just be like, I'm so tired of all these Star Wars. But that'll never happen because we're never going to get a title drop. And I'm
They
sad.
did that in Star Trek exactly once.
So I'm all you
And was it bad and awkward? Because I imagine saying
Kinda.
Star Wars.
It
yeah,
was
that's what I
it was
figured.
First Contact with
Well, that's already not a good start. It was First Contact.
what's the guy's name? I'm trying to remember the actor's name.
Which actor?
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Cromwell. Jeremy Cromwell? Is that his name?
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
You're talking about?
And he's playing Zephram Cochrane, the guy who invents the warp drive, and they tell him that, hey, the Borg have come back in time to stop you, and we're from the future, and we need to help you. And then they show him the Enterprise using a telescope, and he says, so you're all a bunch of astronauts on some kind of Star Trek. And it doesn't
Best
make
line
any
of the
fucking
movie.
sense.
best line of the
Okay,
movie.
wait, that pillow looks really flat. I do not like that pillow. That looks like a deeply uncomfortable pillow.
Yeah.
My dad must have given it to him.
God, the pillow looks like a texture.
Are you gonna change your lightsaber? Go back, Josh.
Yeah,
Go back.
yeah, that's
Change your
right. We
lightsaber.
got premium where is that?
Oh, you can't do it yet. Okay.
Oh.
As soon as you get out of here. Oh, that's right. You have to meet your next friend. We have to go to the next area and start the Dark Souls thing.
Relationship level up.
You got to meet a friend before you can do that.
So I feel the need to say, by the way, because people have been talking bad smack, and by people, I guess I mean Red Letter Media, about like the fact that Star Wars fans are all crazy hype and like just absolutely lose their shit on the internet. And yeah, that's true. And I have to admit that I do not care about Star Wars like 10% as much. But if you go to a midnight screening with a bunch of people who are psyched as fuck for the movie, it's actually really fun.
It is a better experience. I actually went and saw Avengers twice, not because I really love the Avengers movies, but because the first time I saw it in one of those like reclining theater seat movies at theaters, and there were only like 50 people there total, and all the jokes landed really flat, and I really wanted to go the opening weekend and actually hear like shouts and yays and stuff, so I went back.
Not anymore.
There's something about seeing a movie socially that makes it fun.
I know you.
It's like seeing a sports event, like a
Master.
you know?
Like a sort of sports ball where you go into a stadium and there's like calls and plays.
Listen.
So anyway, we're kind of talking over all this, but I actually do like the story stuff more than a lot of the gameplay, and I was not expecting that going into this video game.
I let my guard down. I lose control.
This is not bad.
Like I'm back in that moment.
No,
I mean we're joking over it,
like
but
what The Force Awakens did with its like make a power protagonist who has all the lightning and shaved head guy from Infamous or whatever.
You mean The Force Unleashed?
Force Unleashed, yeah.
I was gonna say like, wait, what? Ray doesn't have a shaved head.
Force Unleashed. Force Unleashed.
You saw a different movie than I did.
But our current hero, who was so bland, I still don't know his name, even though I've been playing this game forever.
Cal for calories.
That's not a very memorable name.
Cal Turkey.
But like he's force sensitive, but it's as much a burden as it is a power, and I don't know. I really like what they're doing. It's more nuanced writing.
You live on a planet called Bogano?
The Empire doesn't know this place exists.
If it doesn't exist on any maps, can we give it a better name?
It's in the galaxy of Straya, mate.
We're done hiding, Cal. See that structure over there?
Get your thongs and a crate of VB. We're going to Bogano.
This is actually very Star Wars Rebels.
It
You're not a Jedi.
Like they're the sister and brother Inquisitors are in Star Wars Rebels. That Inquisitor's lightsaber is from Star Wars Rebels, but in Star Wars Rebels they can extend both blades and hold it up and helicopter around.
No.
Which I really hope we see in this game.
Bad.
I think we should
Bad. It's the
And there's
stupidest thing I've ever
the
seen in
Jedi
Star
temples like this.
Well, welcome to Bogano. I think they call it Bogano, is I think how they actually pronounce it, which makes it sound a little bit more Star Warsy.
Bogano.
Than Bogano, which Bogano sounds a little bit like a planet of clowns.
There's already one here.
The thing you need to know about Bogano is that, like, the property values are crazy low, which is why there's, like, Resistance headquarters here. Except for the beach sheds. The beach sheds are crazy expensive for some reason.
This looks a bit like several planets in Destiny 2, actually. Where are the Vex gonna show up? Start building shit?
No.
This looks like a safe place to meditate.
That'd be cool.
Just need to focus my mind.
So bonfires.
Go meditate. Yeah, we got bonfires. We're outside of that vertical slice. What everybody wanted to show off.
Yeah. Okay.
So they're bonfires. It's really what they are. It's pretty straightforward. You can rest, you can leave, and you can skill tree.
Okay. So apparently all of these movie files are actually just MP4s in the games directory, and you can just replace them with whatever the hell you want.
Like Prof fan art.
Yeah, exactly.
I will say the skill tree, so far at least for me, has not had anything particularly exciting. A couple new combos, a couple new moves.
I just started getting it to the point where it was opening up, and it kind of looks interesting later on, but yeah, it does take it.
This
a hot minute
lightsaber
to get
force
there.
survival dichotomy feels a bit witchery.
It's
It
not.
doesn't come into play at all.
No. It's basically just combo attacks and things you can do with your lightsaber, force meter and other things you can do with your force powers, and health and ways to make you not die.
Oh, we've met our charming droid
BD1.
companion.
We've met our future Funko Pop.
You are the BD one.
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm looking for someone. No, not you.
This robot has
looking for
legs, and it
a
is
Jedi,
weird.
I think.
I love that robot.
You know the
I-
Jedi?
my
I-
favorite.
You know.
I stand corrected. There is already a Cal and BD1 Funko Pop.
Did you just slice
All
that?
right.
Thanks.
All right.
Can we like
That's how
prime
I'll know
now
I've
it
made
to
it.
me before this stream is over?
Can I what to you?
Prime now it to me before the stream is
Oh.
over?
No, because that would require knowing your address.
Let's evolve.
I've got
You
it.
wanna- you want to
I've
announce
got his
your
address. I will
address?
read it out now on camera. 34 West Sepulveda, Las Vegas, Nevada.
What is Sepulveda? I
West
don't know what that means.
Sepulveda?
Sepulveda is like an actual street you see a lot in California. I
don't
just
think
picked
there
something
is
that
one
sounded
of
semi-positive.
those.
That sounds completely made
For,
up.
for reference, that is not my
Sepulveda?
address.
Does it really? No, of course that is Josh's address.
So here's
Exactly.
another thing. Josh is sticking around on the menu, but this is where we get a lot of people have compared this game to a Metroidvania, in that Dark Souls just sort of says, screw you, go explore and die a bunch. This game shows you the doors that you can open, can't open, what pathways you've been through. It is this is much more of a Metroid-style map.
Yeah.
And those yellow doors are doors you can go through, and the red doors are doors you can't yet access.
So there's a big dragon.
So when I
over
Google
there.
Sepulveda, the first thing comes up is the neighborhood in California. But also, Juan Inés de Sepulveda was a Spanish Renaissance humanist, philosopher, theologian, and proponent of colonial slavery.
Oh,
That's not
Great.
good. Don't.
No, not great. Known in Italy as Inés the amputee,
How'd you know that would work?
that's also pretty bad, Italy.
Josh
It's
is
like, there's
meditating.
one thing you need to know about Inés.
do I need to like?
He's an amputee.
What-
And
what'd you
also,
So-
I guess incidentally, he supports colonial slavery.
So
Is
in Dark
he
Souls,
also a Funko Pop,
I
though?
can't hear Josh.
in Dark Souls, you need to like activate bonfires to be able to fast travel to them. So I don't know if that's a thing in this.
There's fast traveling in this game?
There is not, as far as I'm aware.
All right.
Collaborators with Historical Atrocities series of Funko Pops.
Careful over there. That
I'm
doesn't
sure
look
there's a
safe.
market for that.
I know there's a market for it. There's 100% a market
Okay.
for it. And
Josh-
most of them probably already own Funko Pops.
Josh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Oh, no. The poor little thing died.
Oh,
or got hurt.
jeez, that guy's face.
I actually,
I'm so
for
sorry.
a while, I keep like looking at Funko Pops, like the Funko Pop section, and thinking to myself that there's like, if there's one Funko Pop that like was of a franchise that was particularly personally appealing to me, that I would buy it, and it actually has not happened.
Josh.
Well, I wanted to hit it, and that was not.
How do you make a Funko Pop out of a pun?
Out of a what?
A pun.
Hey, that was pretty brave.
Funko Pop.
Because that's the only way I can get you to get one.
Aww.
I can help you with that. Will you let me?
So this is Robot Chicken.
Okay.
No, that's bad. Don't.
It's like
that's
That's a great name for a TV show.
Don't.
Yeah, really?
No.
Why hasn't anybody come up with this before?
Well,
Okay. Fix him up
Like
and then
it's
fix your
busted,
lightsaber.
but this should help you get moving for now.
I need to fix my. Oh, right. I need to.
Because this
install
is
the
we're now at a
premium
workbench that will
content.
work.
Okay. Try that.
There we go. He's alive. Yay.
The vault. Yeah, that's where I was headed too.
At least I think we were headed that direction.
Well, first we gotta figure out.
Wait,
the way
no,
out of this
you gotta
place.
do it first. Yeah, lightsaber.
Sundorium says, why don't they just make a Star Wars thing where the cute droid companion is also the main Jedi character and see what actors? So I'm sure that's a joke, but like, it's interesting how that's the one line that apparently Lucasfilm will absolutely put their foot down on, which is droids cannot be Jedi. Because I think that would just like throw too much doubt on the whole droid question.
Well, they're also immune to the Force, right? Like they very much are meant to be not. You know, the orange and the red hair is just too much orange. Then the red.
We've premiumed up this lightsaber.
It's premium.
That's a little small for me.
That's just like that just came with it, I guess, because I got it through the.
I want the lightsaber
premium
to flash
origin
between
access thing.
pink and green, and I wanted to play Boney M's Rasputin.
What is this?
It's like
Whoever
a
lived here used this room
memory.
for storage.
Oh.
Kept food and supplies.
So
Can we
okay,
get
so
Batman Vision at some point.
no, it's so what it is they wanted to be able to have audio logs, but they didn't want to They didn't want to actually do audio logs. So they do what they did when you saw that Cal touched the banjo and was able to play the song that
Right.
wrote years ago. Which is basically they have it so that he touches things and then senses backstory, which ties it to the Force and also lets him do cheap exposition.
That's like his special Jedi power. That's not how you want to hold up a lightsaber
Those
to
vines
illuminate
look like they
something.
lead somewhere.
Yeah.
Hope they're sturdy.
You want to hold it like behind you.
I have a
That
lightsaber,
mechanic is
and
stupid because it does illuminate things a lot better, and my question is, why isn't it doing that all the time?
you have
Yeah.
4 lightsabers, don't you, Glitch?
I have 4. Oh yeah, like the replica ones. Yeah,
Yeah.
like fancy, cool ones. We got them as a wedding present.
Yeah, but you
they're
hold up your
fantastic.
lightsaber like that, it's just like all you're gonna see is the
What am I
lightsaber.
doing?
You gotta climb up, Josh. There's an up.
Climb! God damn it! I thought there was something to investigate here. No.
No, you have to get inside the Jedi Temple to find the thing to investigate. This is just climbing up.
Well, looks like a
People lived
bedroom.
here. This is their house. This is how they got up and down stairs.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was not where I wanted to
At
go.
least you didn't die that time.
Don't worry. There's
Glitch
still
was
time for him
was
to die.
showing me the this stuff yesterday.
I
I'm
was
having
so
a lot of
enraged.
trouble with it.
It's so bad. I don't know if it's just because it's mouse and keyboard or if it really is bad in a general sense. I'm having a time with it.
I guess I was supposed to do that.
Yeah, you're supposed to do that because this is where they introduced Dark Souls health mechanics.
Oh, we got an Estus flask. Drink the robot.
Healing stem.
just
Healing stims?
stab yourself up with this shit. Just come on, let's do it.
I also just inject glowing green liquid from robots I just met.
Through your
What
leather
bothers me about-
vest.
Let's try this again.
Oh wait, no, actually there's like a port there. There's like a port on his vest, clearly.
Okay.
Wouldn't that need to be like so he's got like an IV hookup somewhere on his chest or something? Like,
Well,
Yeah,
also
like, is
you can switch that out to a poncho. Like if Josh goes to the customization option, he can change BD1 and he can change his
I don't
outfit.
remember. I've never known a forgetful droid.
Like you could just pause the game now and wear a poncho
Can't
because you've
argue
got
with
the
that.
premium poncho.
You know,
Because you're
one
so
thing that's
cool.
interesting
Yeah.
is that the Star Wars games have never settled on a healing item. They can't. It's like they can't make up their mind.
Speaking of ponchos, by the way, that is the primary thing you find in chests and stuff is customization items, and that is where I find the game is kind of lacking. It does. I feel motivated to collect everything because I will collect everything.
hey
But
guys,
I also feel like it's not enough.
I took
It
the
just doesn't
opportunity
interest-
while I was wandering through the caves to repaint the whole ship. You're welcome.
Yep.
Yeah. So Vomiter points out that Bacta is the normal healing item, but also
Yeah.
like within the show or like within the movies, Bacta is like stuff you immerse yourself in. Like you don't just drink it like
That's where we
Gatorade,
need to
right?
go.
Yeah, well, so you drink it like Monster Energy, and you get this flask that makes Monster Energy Bacta. And also, we've got to deliver a bunch of stuff now for some reason.
Right. But, like...
I'm not sure you got that reference, Ruskarn.
I don't think he did either, but...
Wait, what? I don't get it either.
So
what
Death Stranding, there is literally a flask in the game that turns like evil rain that kills you into Monster Energy.
If they turned normal Reedus Piss into Monster Energy, I would buy it right this moment.
I'm not saying like, oh, it looks like Monster Energy and that's a joke. I mean, it's actually
I get
literally Monster Energy.
I've seen pictures of the fact that Monster Energy is in the game. Like, I saw like a table that had just a ton of empty Monster Energy cans.
You gotta go the other way, Josh.
I can't make it over there.
I know, it's not letting me...
I gotta admit that that's actually hilarious. Like, I should hate product placement, but when it's funny, I guess I don't.
Get down there.
Also,
jump and then hit X when you're above him so you can kill it.
I know I won't shut the fuck up about Yakuza, but it's very interesting to play that game and realize retroactively that things in it are product placement.
Alright, well, that guy went flying.
Josh, there's a chest back there.
Like, so Yakuza has a darts minigame, right? And you play them on this, like, arcade game thing called Darts Live. And I probably should have guessed this, but I guess this makes sense. Darts Live is just like an actual arcade game that they put in like bars and stuff, and they just have all of the sound effects and the animations and stuff that play when you like your darts.
You look like you're a nurse.
I look like I took a child's sundress and just cut it open and put it over my head.
Great, awesome. Just wear that trash poncho. Wear that engineer's raincoat. But it actually blew my mind, like watching videos of people playing darts live, and it has the exact same sound effects. And like, you know, if you get like 3 darts in the bullseye, it like has the animation of like the top hat spinning around on the 3 darts. And it's like, Jesus.
No.
I should have guessed.
What's the button that brings up the map? That's not what we wanted.
Everything okay, BD1?
What is the button? I'm trying to remember. I think it's one of the arrow buttons.
What are you asking?
Doing okay, BD1?
What button brings up the map on the controller? I haven't been playing it, so I can't remember. Is it one of the arrow buttons?
It's the M button. Just hit the M key.
Is it select?
No.
Not start. Is it select?
No. I have pressed every button.
No, there is definitely a button for this because I do it all the time. Are you sure? You're playing with a controller?
Yeah. Oh, it's the push the touchpad in button.
Push the touchpad in button.
It's a PS4
because you're playing with a
controller.
PS4 controller. God damn it! If you played with a normal controller like
PS4 controllers are superior to your so-called normal controllers.
I actually completely agree. I think that the PS4 controller is the best one.
Here's the ranking:
don't still use
DualShock
joysticks?
4, Switch Pro controller,
just like a flight stick,
a bunch of like 8-bit dough third-party things.
Just look,
the Stadia controller, the Steam controller, and then the Xbox One controller.
Just go.
Yeah, that was like bananas.
And then whiskey.
Bananas.
Wendy's spicy crispy chicken sandwich, best controller.
Just stick a USB cable on that thing.
I love this thing.
Run for it.
First of all, I love how much infighting between monsters is in this game because there's a lot.
Yes. I always wondered why games would do that.
Like Doom did it. Doom did it back in 1992, so it always shocked me for games to mess with that. I mean, I know the Souls games kind of did that a little bit, but this game, like, full on will have stormtroopers fighting, like, you know, giant monsters. You can't go that way yet, but you will. Not yet.
Thanks for the heads up, Chris.
I do find the stormtroopers do tend to priority target you a lot, despite the fact that they're getting mauled by big monsters.
Okay, so Josh, turn around. You're not going to be able to get force push for a while. That's like on level 2 or 3. Go back the way you came. Back up here. To your left. You have to kill the big guy, and then climb, or not climb, kill the big guy, but you have to climb that.
Yeah, the big guy's just hanging out.
You can kill him if you want. I mean, he's just a Dark
Why would
Souls
I just
monster.
murder
By the way,
random
Josh,
animals, Chris? What
Remember
what
I
kind
was
of
telling you
monster
about
are
bugs? So that was the first time I ran into one, and I don't remember what I did exactly,
Spread
but I
monster.
popped like up behind, like under him, and he went flying into the air.
Well,
He just was gone.
that
And,
that
like,
happened to me
that's
when
underwhelming.
we fell off that edge and ran into that guy, and I missed the diving attack on him, and nobody commented on it. I was really
I didn't
disappointed.
notice it. It's fantastic when it happens. I love it. It's my favorite kind of bug to just see somebody go into the sky.
I'm trying to remember if you have to go
Dark
down or
Souls
up.
thing where you can, kinda. You can kinda play with it, but there's something over there. It doesn't look like I can get.
But you
there.
need to get the wall running, and I'm trying to remember how you get the wall running from here. Kill that thing, jump down and kill that thing. I think you have to go down to go up.
Whoa. What? Wait a minute. This water isn't that deep. How did you do that?
They can burrow. Like, you remember how to wall run in a memory with your Jedi. I'm trying to remember how to trigger that.
Is that like something that happens right now?
Yeah, that's next that you get is wall running. I'm trying to remember how to get you to the point where you can do that.
Well, let's keep going on the obvious path.
I think it's here. Yeah, it's like here. Bawoo.
What? Why did that? The frame rate of this game is super inconsistent. Like, I don't know what's going on. It might be just because I'm streaming it, but...
I mean, it's pretty janky for me as well, so...
But, like, I'm on... Like, I recently upgraded to a 2080 Ti and a R9 3900X, so, like, in terms of horsepower, this thing should be able to handle everything that I throw at it. So...
I don't think it's a horsepower thing, it's a,
Okay. Whoa!
Try again.
It's difficult, Master.
Yes, the path is difficult.
Your head
May
is too
seem
big.
Impossible, but with persistence
My
and the Force
spoon
as
is
your
too
ally,
big.
you will overcome any.
I didn't know Thanos was their Jedi
You will
Master. That's
master
really
any
cool.
path.
Really make the most of the Disney
But you
ownership.
must to reach me.
Jay Early says he really loves the stormtroopers in the game because they have all sorts of like funny dialogue. Like the last one in his squad says to himself, "I can do this." My favorite instance of that was there was this guy who was really eager to fight me, and he's like, "Good, the less distractions there are, the better." After I killed his buddies, and then I force pushed him off the edge, and he just fell.
It seems like those are designed specifically to create these. I don't know what happened there.
You can show me that shortcut again?
Your master must be so fucking disappointed from the grave. It's like, what a dumb asshole.
How do we get down?
I don't know if they really
Go back down if you want to
explained
get
it.
it.
I think the whole idea is that Cal has like a broken connection to the Force. What are you? Oh, you're trying to get that thing.
Yeah, you have to. I think you have to wall run on the
Nope,
other side.
you don't. He could have done exactly what he was doing there. That's how I got it. I was like,
that's right. You
wait
just
a second.
Just fall down. Never mind. Ignore me.
Well, thanks, Chris.
You can do it the other way. You're supposed to do it the other way. But I just walked up there and then fell and then walked backwards.
Alright, so...
No, you gotta go
You have
up.
to go all the way up. Go all the way up and then fall down into
Oh, how do I get back up there?
it. You're there. Climb the wall run,
Okay.
and then climb. And then you can just fall into it.
Yeah, you gotta be right above it. It's the classic video game. You can change directions while you're falling.
That was
do it
not
in
what I
real
wanted to do.
I like how I'm still watching the Twitch one, so I'm a little bit delayed. And I love it when you do stuff like
Why
that.
are you watching the Twitch one?
Maybe
I am just...
do it the right way, Josh.
I don't know what the right way is. You guys are telling me all the wrong things.
Okay, go back to where you were. Go back to that green little patch that you were on.
What?
Okay, so
Here?
jump down. Jump down.
Here.
Climb back up on the thingy.
Oh, I see. No.
No. Climb
No?
back up.
Oh my
Climb back up on there.
Okay.
And then straight ahead.
Jumping puzzles suck.
Redskar, stop. I need to explain this. Shut up.
This openings crawl just starts here over us trying to jump puzzle.
All right.
Brother Redskar, if you don't shut up, Caddy Chris won't get us
I
winded.
can't hear Chris
I
now.
just want to get him this stupid fucking box. And it's going to be something stupid like you're going to get BD1 to be brown or something, or purple or something.
Just go to the right.
Turn to your right a little bit. Turn to the right. That's not the right. There. Go out that way. See the wall running wall? You want to wall run on those walls.
Oh, right, because you can chain wall runs.
And that's what they're trying to teach you is you can do that, and that's how you do it proper.
It's Mirror's Edge.
Okay, it's not even a box. It's a memory. All we got is some experience.
Yeah.
All that for some experience.
We did it.
By someone who's familiar with the Jedi Order.
I think we earned experience with that.
I sense that they were very calm in this area.
Can we get up there? No.
God damn it.
Okay, I see where we're going.
But did Josh find the secret that was up there? It wasn't just the memory. There was also a secret.
Don't make him go. Don't listen to Glitch.
Secret?
Dang it.
What kind of secret?
He's making stuff up.
Just go and find out, Josh. I don't want to spoil the game for you. You have to enjoy it yourself.
I want to get out of this area. It's another goddamn memory. I want to get out of this area as soon as possible.
Yeah, where am I going?
You're going back to where you were. Remember, you couldn't go that one door. That one door was locked because wall run. Now you have wall run, so you can get out of there. And
right, the one that I fell off the edge on. Okay.
Whoever bought this bag bought it on Coruscant.
I don't. What are we laughing at?
That was the dialogue of the secret.
That's the echo that we ran up there for. Whoever bought this bag bought it on Coruscant. It's like the receipt is in the bag, Cal.
You stand on it. Those are. This game uses stand pads for some reason.
So I
and then use your map. I can't remember which way to go because that's a one-way ticket. You want to go to? Yeah, you want to go that way. You do.
This way?
No, other way. You can go that way. There might be secrets up there, but you want to ultimately take that zip line.
What's up with that big dragon thing?
You actually get to find out if you go through the secret tunnel back in that place I was telling you about.
Oh, jeez.
Josh is gonna die from mud crabs.
Well done.
Splocks is a really good name for these guys.
I cannot tell if you're joking.
No, it's a lot of games have really dumb names for animals.
They do, and this game does that really well. Like the big boy we didn't fight earlier. I can't remember what the name is, but I love it. Okay, Josh, Fred's kind of calls it a Chungus, but it is. It's got a name, and it's a pretty great name. I can't remember what it is because it's a goofy Star Wars nonsense name.
Bigger Chungus actually sounds like a Star Wars name.
Oh.
Like a name from like an EU character.
Josh, you are low on health.
I know. Well,
all right.
I didn't expect there to be more of them. You could have warned me.
Well, so here, okay, wait, but this gives us an opportunity to talk about that.
Oh, interesting. So, okay, so it does do some...
But it's not, you don't have to go kill it. Did you see that?
Yeah, you have to, that was a... Dark Souls... Did Dark Souls 2 do that? I think they had things where sometimes your recovery pile would actually just get absorbed into a nearby skeleton or something.
But no, it's not on the ground. You just have to literally physically do damage.
Oh no.
Jesus Christ. Do not listen to Glitch.
Go for the secret, Josh. I don't understand. Do you not love me? Have I ever led you astray in all of my years?
All the
time. Because I hadn't rested anywhere recently.
See, this game doesn't... I don't know how it is with Dark Souls. Again, I haven't played too much Dark Souls. But when this game punishes you for dying, it feels real bad. Because...
That's Dark Souls. Dark Souls will do that.
Yeah? I don't know. It didn't feel like... some of the times you die in this game are just, like, nonsensical.
So
actually, I'm just saying that it's weirdly unsatisfying watching. Like, it looks weirdly unsatisfying killing things with a lightsaber in this game.
yeah, I don't know.
It's not as I enjoy Jedi Knight Jedi Academy much better as far as the lightsabers are concerned.
Yeah, that game was probably the best it's ever been.
But that game also was
Yeah.
focused on like lightsaber dueling. This
Yeah.
game focuses on like the Dark Souls style parries and guards.
Yeah,
Why though? Well, why
exactly.
Because
Because
Jedi Academy
that's
came out
formula.
in 2003,
It's because it's
and Dark
popular.
Souls came out in 2011.
I still, you know, I hate Dark Souls combat. I'm not a big Souls fan. I wish this was a battle royale. This would have been a way better battle royale.
Like, what's that spin thing you do where like it takes you a full second to hit the enemy? It's a lightsaber. Just do this.
Yeah.
Just like stick your wrist out and kind of flick it around a bit.
Where's I going?
Just like limp wrist and walk forward.
You go up. Eventually, you're gonna hit the. This isn't even where we need to go.
I gotta get my XP back, Chris. Come on.
Well, just be ready to heal.
Like,
It's the
I
glowy
actually
one.
feel pretty strongly that when your main weapon is a lightsaber, every move you make should absolutely not be maximum effort. Like, maximum effort should be the thing for like when you're doing a strong attack for like a boss fight or something. Otherwise, you should literally just have like a shoulder button or something that you tap and you just kind of like contemptuously flick your arm up.
So this is kind of bad because now you got to come back here later. Because you can't open it without the scomp relay or whatever.
Scomp.
Do I want to go over
So you want to
here?
get to that there. You're going the right way. You want to get to that green door. That's the right way.
Oh, okay, so well, I was going the correct way, Chris, and you just didn't believe in me.
Well, I mean, the real correct way.
Don't.
No, you didn't even. Now you're progressing. You didn't even explore like half of this area.
I know.
Don't you want to be stuck on tutorial islands forever?
No.
I definitely think we should not be stuck on tutorial island forever.
The next level's better. This is very much tutorial island.
Can you just like force jump around?
We're not
No.
finished yet.
We don't have force jump yet.
Okay, you probably would have won.
Okay, what about when you get force jump? Can you just force jump around?
I mean, you could jump twice. Like, there is a jump button. It's not like it's a Zelda game where you're locked into, you know what, landlocked or whatever you want to say.
I get what you mean.
So, okay, here's an interesting thing. It actually detects that Josh is using a
Oh yeah.
PlayStation controller.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
It's always annoying when it uses Xbox buttons.
Yeah, it's really annoying. Like, I tried to get a friend to try Yakuza 0. God damn it, I keep coming back to Yakuza.
You do.
And it only has Xbox prompts on it, which is really annoying because it has a karaoke minigame
Oh no.
where you gotta, like, hit the right buttons. And it's actually, I don't want to say it's important, but it's important. Emotionally, it's important. The game is missing a lot of its soul if you don't nail the karaoke segments.
I have to say that BD1 looks kind of like if an NES came to life. Like, it's a Famicom robot.
Yeah, it's that robot thing. I was gonna say that, but I couldn't remember what it was called. All right, see you later.
You're going to slide down the whole hill and have to climb all the way back up.
I guess we have to go into the fucking dark cave. We're
This
gonna
game
meet
is
Yoda.
weirdly dark. I mean, that's something to bring up. Like, when this game gets dark, it is weirdly dark.
Well, it is.
And I don't mean, like,
aping
tonally, I just
Dark
mean visually.
Souls. What is this?
You gotta have him scan it. Have your friendo robot scan the thing. And now we're gonna get the backstory. Now the point of the game comes to life.
Well done, whoever you are.
Oh, hey,
You have
it's
passed the test I left behind. And gained
Alright,
access
does
to the
his,
vaults
like, hologram look chunky, but not in, like, oh, it's a hologram sort of way? Like, the model actually looks off. Because I think his model looks off.
I agree. This model looks like he's from a game like 6 or 7 years older than the rest of the
He
gang.
looks like his voice actor, actually.
When the camera's far off like this, it doesn't look so bad. It's when the camera gets close, and I think it's the beard and the hair.
Yeah, his sleeve is fine, but his beard and hair are like Dragon Age Origins level.
Tony Amendola, I think is his
Exactly
name.
it. That is exactly what it looks like.
This is the voice actor for Father from Fallout 4.
Really?
Yes. This is also
It's
Master
amazing how
Braytac
little
on
impact
Stargate.
that made on me.
Also another test. I can only
Did you see how jank the game is? That for that one frame, his body was gone, but the clothes were still there. People watching the archives, go and watch that. Like rewind for about 10-15 seconds.
Oh yeah, it just happened
When
again.
it cut, yeah.
He does have that Dragon Age Origins thing going, where his facial hair and his like head hair look like they were cut out of glossy paper and like sort of stuck on his face.
I wasn't really paying attention to what was going on with this conversation, though, so...
Honestly...
We gotta find the secrets of the Zepho.
Yes.
Which is a great fucking name. It's not a good name, no.
It's not a good name. It's really not.
Basically, there's a holocron at the end. I think that's what they said. You know, you're looking for a holocron.
So, here's where I want to know if...
Oh, wait, hold on. This is bullshit. He sits down in that water. Who would sit
Yes.
down in that water? It ruins the immersion.
I gotta cool my butt.
I had the same thought. I had the exact same thought.
Gotta have that soggy ass. Gotta get that swamp ass going.
I had to bring it up because it upset me so much. There's a stool right next to
a
him.
TIE fighter out of this ass.
Well, like we complained for 3 weeks about the bare feet in the abandoned military ship.
That was a
Man of Medan.
reasonable thing to
So-
bring up.
Oh, we're just sitting there with like just like our butthole.
And
Like
there's
the
a
water
metal thing.
slowly
He could have
creeping
sat
towards
on
our
the
penis.
little symbol, and he could have been fine. But no, he sits down right next to it in the water.
Anyway, so back to what I was gonna say.
Should just move.
I'm only, like I keep saying, and I hate that I keep going back to this, but I'm about a third of the way through the game, and I don't know if they do anything interesting with it. But what you're searching for is a holocron that has the names of all the Force-sensitive children of the world, which, if you think about it for 2 seconds, it's deeply problematic, right? The Jedi have this surveillance network that give them the names of children.
Yeah,
Like-
but it also fits with the Jedi from the prequels.
Well,
in fact, I think that was actually a plot point in the Clone Wars
I think I
series.
found what you wanted me to see.
But
Sounds like you did. We'll be waiting.
so I guess what I'm asking is this going to be semi-critical of the Jedi themselves and dealing with the
Oh,
fact that
no,
yes, the
a
Jedi are
boss.
Fallen Order, but also maybe the
Are we
Jedi
friends?
aren't great?
Can I just leave?
Okay, this thing's name. I love this thing's name. What is this thing's name?
I don't know.
I think
If
we
you hit
looked
it,
this up
it'll
earlier.
pop up.
It was in fact a Chungus.
It is not a Chungus.
I think I'm looking on Wikipedia. Okay, it's called a Big Chungus.
No, it's like a big. It's got the Y in it, BYG, and it's
But I
Star
just-
Warsy.
I do love the design of this thing because it looks like that Lucas era, almost Henson-y. Josh, you're gonna die. Use a health.
I actually do completely agree with you,
God.
Chris. It does
Damn
look
it,
like
Josh.
something from Jim Henson. That's
I
very
will
common.
say the combat in this game feels really floaty.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks bad.
It is not Dark Souls level. I'll say that.
It performs best when you're fighting stormtroopers and not so much when you're fighting monsters. There's like a bipedal monster that's big that you fight later on, and I hate those things.
No.
They just don't feel right.
The worst thing I fought, the thing I hate fighting most in this game are the ATSTs. Those are really bad.
ATSTs. I heard atheists. I'm like, what?
Fight the Jedi atheists.
Hypnotoad.
Yeah, the ATST. I ran into my first one and I pushed him up against a corner lot. Like I actually physically pushed him, but like I walked in such a way that he walked up against a wall and he couldn't turn around.
Damn it.
Josh Shield, Josh Shield, Josh Shield.
All right.
I should just say, like, as much as I do enjoy this creature's design, the fact that it's taking this long to kill it is kind of unimpressive.
What the?
He jumped right next to you so you could murder it.
Like, it seemed like we were attacking it with a baseball bat.
Ogdo.
See, that's a cool name. And then there's the boss version of that somewhere on this planet that's the, like, Bogdo.
Oh, can we go to that? I want to see
No.
how good Josh does against it.
No, do not go to
Josh,
the
you want
Ogdo
a challenge? Josh, you want a challenge?
I like challenge.
It is meant to be fought when you come back here. It is not meant to be fought
I
now.
want to see. I spent so much time the first time I came here.
Oh, is that
I
that
think
dragon
it's
thing
actually-
over there?
No,
What?
it's
No,
not
no,
the
no,
dragon
no.
thing. It's
I'll show you how to
boss
get to it.
version.
You'll get there soon.
It's a boss version of the thing you just fought, and it's the same exact model. Just leave so we can go to a new area.
Just keep going. Just keep going. I'll get you there, Josh. Don't worry. I'm getting them
All
there.
right, I trust you.
You didn't go back and see my secret, but this is an actual thing.
Okay, I have to say that as much as, like, I don't disagree that they're good Star Wars names, if I was running a Star Wars tabletop RPG, and I said, okay, yes, this is a fine verdant planet, it is roamed by Ogdos and Sploxes, my players would roll their eyes out of their skulls.
I'll check it out.
What?
Oh, this is a plot point they force you to get.
My friend.
I actually did run a
Appears
Star
the
Wars
Zephyr
RPG
had some
for a
interest
brief period.
In Dathomir.
What it
Oh, I
was
wasn't
somebody else was interested in the idea of GMing a Star Wars game, but they had never done it before, and they wanted me to run the first arc, like to get everybody started. So I ran like 4 or 5 sessions, and you know, it was kind of like a neat arc. Where I'm like, oh, you can keep your characters, and then I hand off the rulebook to the next guy. And then there's nothing for like 2 weeks, and then I received a message from him, which was, "Dear Adam, I'm having difficulties coming up with a Star Wars game. Sincerely," and then his name, and then we never played again.
Well, I played one and I kind of enjoyed it. I just had a hard time with the people I was with. Right in front of you, Josh, that wall. Run along it.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, god damn it.
Yes.
Yes. My real name is Adam.
So
did I say that? Sorry, I'm really bad at.
Yeah, Red Storm's actually
I said it.
He-Man.
I said it.
Oh,
which is weird,
I have
but
the most ridiculous name ever, and I don't mind saying the full thing because it's somewhere on the internet.
Adam Borgana.
You guys ready for my actual name?
It's that hole,
Okay.
Josh. Don't go down that hole.
This
Don't
is
go down
my
that hole.
Go down the hole.
Christian name. Adam Ellsworth DeCamp.
I did not know your middle name was Ellsworth, and that is so great and amazing, and I love it.
I actually when I was
thing.
in college, I very briefly joined a boffer fighting group.
fuck off
and
with those?
we've already got an Adam. You need to come up with a name. Like we can call you. I said DeCamp, and he's like, okay, cool. What's your actual name? I'm like, oh no, it's actually DeCamp. He's like, well, it's fucking outrageous.
Oh.
I said, my middle name is Ellsworth, and then he literally just dropped his stuff and walked away. Like he flung his sword and his shield. His sword and his shield, he made them to the ground
At
and
one
just
point,
walked away.
I looked at your resume and you didn't put your middle name on it, and I think I would have hired you on the spot had you done so. Like that's a great.
It's also got the thing where the C in DeCamp is large. It's a capital C.
Oh, what the? Oh, I almost
This is
got
why I
it.
said don't go
To
fight
be
on
fair, Josh did really good against this guy compared to my first couple tries. I mean, I didn't know what I was doing.
I think I could get it on
But
the
we never
second.
saved. We have to fight everything all over again.
I rested
He
somewhere.
saved just fine. Yeah, he's gonna be right here.
Yeah,
there
see?
he goes. He can get it again. Yeah, slowing down the stream.
So if a Zepho, if you bum a smoke off of a Zepho, does he light it with a Zepho?
All right, Chris, you're fired. Brett Scarn, you're back in.
Yeah, Red Scarn got fired earlier for his puns.
I was fired years ago. I just keep coming to work.
This thing seems to do some.
Bogdo? Did I miss that?
Yes, it's the boss fight. You were. This is the boss fight I told Josh not to do, but Glitch wanted him to do, so we're doing it apparently.
Whoa! Oh, dodge!
Come on.
I'm actually upset that he's going to do this easily.
I know, right? I had such a hard time with it. I think Josh is actually good at these kinds
All right.
of games.
He's dead. Ogdo Bogdo defeated.
You don't get anything special for beating him.
Oh.
I killed him, and then I didn't even kill him. I literally just came over to this thing, took it while he was distracted, and ran away like a little baby.
Is it trying to defend its family?
Life essence. Oh, okay. So that's a...
It's a heart piece from Zelda.
Right.
Again, this game just grabs and takes from whatever it wants from other games.
I'm just bummed out that you don't get rewards for doing things. Like, I don't know, maybe Dark Souls probably does that better, where it's like, if you defeat a cool boss, you should probably get something cool in return. But no, you get a quarter of a life piece, or
I'm a huge
third
fan
of
of the whole face buttons thing.
What do you mean you're not a fan of the face buttons?
That face buttons are my attacks instead of R1, R2.
Are you going the right way?
I don't know.
He is, in fact, going the right way.
It's not like
How often have you
there's
been to this planet? You've seen
I spent a long time here. I'm bad at this game. I'm real bad. And I hate to admit it because I'm good at games. This one, I am not good at. I don't play Metroidvanians and I don't play Souls games. I think you have to go back up the way that you came.
Yeah.
And you do that.
Yeah, I know.
You
I
have
just
to
want
go.
to save here. We also have a skill point. Let's get some more health.
Didn't you? Oh, you didn't already.
No, I got more
he didn't.
force.
Oh, you went the same. That's exactly what I did. Then I realized how worthless that was at this point in the game.
It becomes much more worthwhile later. Not that way, Josh. Up the... Yeah.
Here?
Nope.
No, that's where you came from. No,
Nope,
that's where you
nope.
just came from.
No, not that way. Run the wall. And
Okay.
walk up. No.
Right.
No, that's
No?
the wrong
God damn it.
Run the wall.
right there in front of you.
Alright.
Yeah, back up to where you came from.
There we go.
You acted like this was the divergence point where I went to the boss, but no.
Well, I mean, I didn't remember that this is how you got there until after you beat the boss, and then everything started clicking.
Narrator Way says there's a lot more Prince of Persia here than anything else. There is a lot of Prince of Persia.
When was the last Prince of
game
Persia
I haven't
game? Like
played.
12 years ago?
Well, yeah, but like, I think the point is taken that like that intro of super scripted platforming
Josh,
action.
you
that
know
was
when
very
the
Uncharted, but the rest of
when
this.
your droid hops off you, there's something to scan.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you don't get anything from it.
Yeah, you do. You get experience.
Like 2.
There's not a. There's
Look-
no
look at-
quantifiable
look at how-
numbers.
look at how
How do you
small.
know that's a 2, not a 10?
It's such a small little sliver. It's not worth it.
Well, it could be 1,000 if the bar is 1,000,000. I don't know.
But it doesn't matter because the sliver is so small. I want a big sliver.
So you knew about BD1?
When I get experience, I want a big sliver. I don't want a small one.
I actually had to step aside for a moment to take a phone call. And during that, I come back to Chris just being like, I don't want a small sliver. I want a big one.
That is BD1. He's with us.
I don't care who he's with. Do you have any idea how hard it is to get oil stains out of petroleum fabric?
Not really.
I really like this guy.
We gotta change our clothes. We haven't changed our clothes lately.
He did.
What, you don't like our
what a
child
fucking
sundress
poncho.
poncho?
It's clipping. The poncho is clipping through us.
That's awesome.
Amateur.
Yeah. The cloth
hide
physics
inside.
in this game do that a lot.
A holocron from the archives.
I can't help but
Okay.
notice it.
You know, cloth physics are a
Contains the forces of
privilege,
children.
actually, not
Okay.
a right.
The next generation
So-
of Jedi. I knew it.
I feel like the game clearly needed another 6 months to a year. But like the core stuff is mostly there. It's all polished stuff that's lacking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Animation jank and
Oh,
like,
there's bad texturing in the ship. If you go to the front of the ship and look down, there's all sorts of texturing
It
problems.
stores information, but only accessible to
It's,
Jedi.
it's
Hang on, I think
weird.
I have one around here.
If I had been playing that earlier portion,
okay, so is
Game
this
would've-
Obi-Wan?
Use the Force.
I mean, it's Obi-Wan, but is this? Hold on, watch this.
Oh, I thought you meant her. I'm like, no,
No.
that's not Obi-Wan.
This is Master Obi-Wan
Tech-
Kenobi.
yeah, it's Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Okay, but I meant is it Ewan McGregor and not?
Sounds like the voice
No,
actor
it's
from the
not.
Clone Wars.
What?
That's not
I
Ewan
thought.
McGregor.
With that list of
I
Force
thought that was the
sensitives,
clip from the movie. Doesn't he do
rebuild the
that in the
Jedi
movie?
Order
He
and
does.
defeat the Empire.
Okay,
But
no
I don't know,
problem.
like, there's all sorts of rights issues if
Except
you
the
just
whole
grab
point is
Ewan
he didn't
McGregor
keep
and put him in
inside the vault,
your
and to get it, we
in
had
your
to
video
follow
game.
Cordova's path. He mentioned something about the planet
Make
Dathomir
a
and
McGregor
Zeppo
bot.
homeworld.
All right, well, where are we
and then
going?
patch him out.
Because I was thinking of maybe making some food.
Look,
Extremely loud typing sounds.
I need to know
That was the
I keep muting myself.
dialogue. In the thing, the delivery there on maybe I can make us some food was so
Changed my
confusing.
perspective. So I cut myself off from the Force.
I have to say that
I still want to rebuild the
the
order.
one thing that I took away from the beginning segment there is that, like, where we were fighting all those enemies with lightsaber and it looked kind of inefficient and weird.
What do you believe?
I found myself, like, thinking something that you should never
I can't
think
keep
in a
hiding
Star
from the
Wars game where
Empire,
you
so
play
I
a
don't
Jedi,
really
which
have a
is,
choice.
I wish we just had a blaster.
Oh yeah, I've thought that a lot this game. Like every time
Sari's
something comes up, like man, I
Jedi's
wish
got
I had
a
blaster.
fucking gun. Yeah, why don't we get a gun?
Yeah, but like
Ezra
a Star
had a
Wars
gun.
game which gives you a lightsaber should never make you think, I wish I just had a gun instead.
Ezra had a lightsaber that was a gun.
That's
like, the lightsaber should be too much fun.
Oops, I unplugged my controller.
I think part of
I
it,
could go out and buy a gun. I can't go out and buy a real lightsaber.
What's this thing?
part of it is like I feel like the game doesn't throw a ton of enemies at you. It throws a couple of enemies at you and some hard enemies at you, and that's why you get that feeling of like, I just wish I could shoot the mooks, you know? Because if it was a ton of enemies that you were just slicing through, like in Jedi Knight, Jedi Academy, then you would feel more cathartic. There's not a lot of movement in this game. You can't like close the distance super easily.
Yeah,
like you could in that game. You can at the beginning of combat, I think. Well, maybe you don't have that skill yet.
Like
but...
they wanted to have their Sekiro
Where's
cake
this bad texture?
Sekiro 2.
Oh, look right down. Look down through the window. Now you look down further.
I can't.
The bottom window.
I literally cannot pan lower than that.
You can't pan lower than that? On
Nope.
the PC you can. There's
I mean, this is on the
right
PC. Here. No, I can't do it with the
Weird.
mouse. Maybe it's this particular section.
Anyway.
Yeah, maybe it's like on other planets. You can look down. There's like the UV maps all messed up, and I was like, huh, somebody messed up their UV map. They should hire me to make their models. I'm not qualified to make models for this game, by the
I
way.
remembered something about myself before the purge. It was painful, but like
Does he not have memories? Are we an amnesiac?
You're learning to embrace
I don't think so, but I guess maybe.
Because I know what it
I
means
think
to
we've
live
just
without.
been like repressing ourselves. I, don't
I
know,
think
that's
it's
the
the
sense
Force
of
stuff.
the
That,
dialogue.
yeah, the Force stuff you're all messed up about.
Hollow tip. Let's play some space chess. Oh.
Has there been a game that let you... There was one game, right, that let you play space chess? I'm not crazy.
I know Knights of the Old Republic had Pazak. That game was fun.
It's interesting that we could go to Dathomir right now.
I
obviously mean the game that like Chewbacca played against R2-D2.
I don't know. I don't think so.
I've never played it. If it does exist in a Star Wars game, I've never played it.
At the risk of exploding this conversation, is there a Star Trek game that lets you play poker with the crew?
Or that 3D, 4D
There was
chess.
a video poker game that came out that had, among other people,
Yes, it was difficult.
William Frakes in it.
Hope, not forget.
But it was like
So this
William
is-
Frakes and Joe Piscopo and some other person.
Oh, I remember that. That was terrible.
Oh, but it gets better. Have you ever played the board game, the Star Trek board game with the VHS tape that you put in and follow along with?
Captain Glitch
I
is
have
now
not.
online. Captain Glitch is now playing Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order.
It's terrible.
Glitch,
What?
you're playing this game now.
Yeah. I want to find that texture and send you a screenshot of it so that I don't seem crazy. I'm not crazy.
I like how the Wikipedia has to have an article for like everything that is just casually mentioned by expanded universe stuff that is from the real world. Like they just have a page for chess, and its only appearances are in like Han Solo at Star's End comic, Star Wars Journal Hero for Hire. Because they probably just like said checkmate or chess somewhere in there, so they're like, "Fuck, I guess chess exists."
The
so they make
old-
the article.
The old Star Wars expanded universe was just wacky as hell. fashion. Like everything.
Unpopular opinion. I didn't like the old Star Wars expanded universe
It
stuff.
goes
Like, most of the
way
stuff, I
off
hated
the
it.
rails.
Yeah.
I'm sure everything's under control.
And you know, I wasn't super into reading the books or anything, but I would watch YouTube channels that would explain things, and some of the stuff was interesting, but most of the stuff, I hate the Mandalorian stuff.
But, like, again, this is the franchise that brought you an extra who appears in The Empire Strikes Back in the Cloud City escape sequence for all of, like, half a second, running by the camera carrying an ice cream maker, and they turn that guy into a dude with a name, a backstory, and an action figure.
I'll be in touch.
They made an action figure?
Yeah!
I didn't know that!
His name's like Willard Holt or something.
Over here.
Or Hove, or I don't know.
You did good work on
I once played a game where I tried to find the filthiest sounding articles on Wikipedia.
I've heard of ancient cultures, but don't know much about
It's
them.
jizz. The only article is jizz. Like that's gotta be it, right?
Yeah.
What is?
So in
gotta be
Star
the
Wars,
in Star Wars,
jazz is called jizz.
Oh yeah, festering jizz
I
box.
love getting up on the stage with my boys and jizzing all over everyone.
It's not easy.
I mean, that's gotta be the dirtiest thing.
Well, now we're gonna
that
get
was one of my top 4.
You're gonna get flagged as adult content.
I'm so sorry.
There was jizz box.
Friend on Braca.
There was Befroren Gata worm. As in Gata as in must.
Snatch, get out of here.
Like Gata hyphen worm.
Um,
Lizard toad snake.
There was like, I mean, Darth Maul's brother is named Savage Oppress, and I believe I'm pronouncing that wrong, but like that's his fucking name. Like,
no, they changed the emphasis, so I think it's Savage Oppress, but not Savage Oppress.
This might be like
what am I doing here?
on par
Okay,
with Jizzbox. You guys ready?
Go up the hills. Go up the hills to the right. Everything else is just clothing.
I'm
Like,
ready
that's a
for
clothing
this.
box.
Josh, you know there's a secret behind this little area here. You go around the building.
Blue leader. Oh, it just makes him blue. Okay. What do we got for a poncho? Let's go back to normal boring.
There's something else inside that hangar there. If you want to get one more secret.
In here?
Yeah.
This is not
not that one. Whatever hangar you can get into. I think it's that big one there.
Savage Oppress is Darth Maul's brother. To Chad. Anyway, this might be. I think this is on par with Jizzbox. Swallow Mud Marsh.
Oh.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. It's to the back, Josh. It's back in the back left.
I like how we scanned a data crate.
That's a shortcut. You'll get that later. There. Oh. No, keep going. Keep going. You're headed the right way. There's only but so many here.
Okay.
Oh man,
This one's
the
pretty
solid
good.
cloth.
This one comes from Zach Hill in the comments. Ewok Festival of Love crossbow.
Bravo.
Why is it a
looks better.
crossbow?
All right. Now go out to the left, and you got to climb out into the woods.
Right.
Crossbow.
So here's where we start seeing that the Empire is actually bad guys. But first we get some comedy
really?
about how they're incompetent.
Just
well,
now.
First you open with they're incompetent, because I love this bit here.
Oh.
Okay. The Ewok Festival of Love crossbow was a unique weapon offered to spacers during the Festival of Love in exchange for Chak hearts. If used on an enemy, the arrows would cause the enemy's hate of you to lessen. Anyone want to guess where this appeared?
Some RPG?
Star Wars Galaxies?
Josh has it right. It came from Star Wars Galaxies during the Ewok Festival of Love.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think
We've
that was
been
the
there.
Valentine's Day thing.
Life Day was much better.
Ewok Festival of Love crossbows.
Not that way. Not that way.
Ewokian fuck bow.
I feel bad that I'm calling out what way to go, but I know all the ways that are shortcuts, and that way is the shortcut.
Chris doesn't like it when you explore in video games.
Well, there's nothing.
Like it.
Sorry.
Just like 90s, 2000s MMOs did not give a fuck Like the arrow for the Ewok love crossbow is just like the arrowhead's just a heart. It's just like a red Valentine's Day heart.
Uh-oh.
Like, do Ewoks have a hallmark?
Yeah, the tells on these enemies are not super easy to read. I'll agree with you on that.
See?
Although
I'm so glad I'm getting validation. I love validation.
It's kind of like in keeping with the long tradition of Dark Souls dogs.
During the festival, Ewoks would give gifts of Camby berries to one another to demonstrate trust and acceptance. Tribe members would also prepare meals, sing, and dance. One popular beverage served during the celebration was Chak juice.
Okay, Chak juice sounds gross.
Yep, just serving up a big steaming glass of Chak juice to show my love and acceptance for you. During the Ewok Festival of Love. Now here, take my Camby berries, please.
See, more of that infighting. I love the infighting.
If you go to your left, there's a secret.
There is a secret. He's right.
I love it whenever the Wikipedia has to describe like banal RPG quests in a way which makes them sound on par with like the world-saving adventures from the movies. During subsequent of annual events, the Ewoks once again celebrated across the galaxy. During these celebrations, spacers were tasked with participating in matchmaking between couples, building love cards for Ewok children, and helping a disillusioned love sage rediscover the true meaning of love. Boy, those spacers, just good folks. Just reliable folks all around.
Star Wars Galaxies is a
I guess
great
it's not a
game.
climbable thing.
So it was a trip.
All right, here's where things get obnoxious.
Spacers also made an effort to find an Ewok named Cupid, honoring him during this time of love.
Yeah, I mean, Star Wars Galaxies events were always tongue-in-cheek.
Hey,
There was
the
a thing
April
where they
Fool's
would...
Day event was great.
They would sometimes have like an actual like a GM out in the world doing stuff at like Jabba's palace for like spontaneous celebration stuff.
I distinctly remember an April Fool's Day where they made giant ATSTs attack that one Anchorage.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that could like just happen too, or at least at one point it could. I think PvP kind of.
Why did Star Wars Galaxies have to die? Because we needed the Old Republic, herder.
Yeah.
I hated that game. The best we got out of that game, I'm not sure if I've told the story on the stream, but the best part about that game was in closed alpha when we would duel in front of NPCs, and you could use AoEs to trigger them into your combat, even if they weren't combat NPCs, like the fucking hut in the beginning area, and then we just kill important NPCs, and then people would be like, but my quest, and we'd be like, nope.
There was a lot of wacky jank stuff in Star Wars Galaxies. I know you're talking about the Old Republic, but like initially, very early in the game, you had to like if you died somewhere, you'd have to go and like retrieve your corpse to get your items back. Sometimes that bugged out, so there were on certain servers just corpses from people who died like 4 years ago. It just persisted on the server forever.
That's amazing.
I really I miss the guileless inefficiency of early video game development. Like, I'm just looking at the list of playable species in Star Wars Galaxies, and just you can play Celestins, just like the little squad
That was an
dudes.
expansion character.
I played Ithorians.
Yeah, it's like,
love
how
the
hard would it be to, you have to create completely different equipment, like, models for the Celestins. And it's like, you could never get that past, like, the guy in the business suit these days. He would just, like, rub his temples and be
These
like,
guys
you
are
realize
tougher.
that, like, there's just literally no reason you're adding, 6 months of man hours to the job.
What's that?
You're gonna need, like, a different skeleton, different animations.
The one of the designers from Star Wars Galaxies has written a lot of interesting
Raph
blog
Koster.
posts and a book, though I haven't read the book yet.
Excuse me, I'm busy.
Yeah, I love how you could just open that chest. They will disturb you though. Yeah, see, even if he's out of the chest and they disturb you, you still can't.
No, I don't want to fucking open it. God damn it! I was trying to lock target. Find me a fucking save point.
Oh, I'm so sad they didn't kill you.
Oh my god.
God, Wikipedia is really useless. Like, I'm on the page for Old Republic, and I had to scroll down almost to the bottom of the page to find the link to the page for the video game Star Wars: The Old Republic.
I like Itchland. I'm sorry if I mispronounced it. I can't read or say words. Itchland the Mad
can't pick up
says
words.
BioWare had a Revan to ruin, and they weren't letting all the cool indirect characterization Obsidian did get in their way.
Yeah. I can't believe Drew Karpyshyn wrote that Revan novel.
Me either. I know who that is, and I can also believe not.
He was a
told you I can't
pretty
speak
prominent
words.
writer for BioWare for a while. And he just completely just ruined Revan and the Exile forever.
I forgot that BioWare once wrote things and had writers. What about the novel ruined it? If you don't mind spoiling it, I'm sure no one here cares.
I don't remember. Well, the Exile just kind of dies in a really dumb way, which is weird considering how important the Exile. That's the KOTOR 2 protagonist, which is like super anticlimactic. And then Revan gets like mind controlled by the Super Emperor, who's just like a Palpatine XP.
Oh, gross.
And then gets put into stasis for like 200 years so he can show up in the fucking MMO, because they decided to make the MMO 200 years later for some reason.
I would have bought it if he showed up in the MMO anyway, and he was just 200 years old, and you're like, wow, that's how badass Revan was.
Where are we trying to go? We're searching for ancient tombs.
I honestly just wish they had done the cinematics as movies. I would have given up the rest of the BioWare games that have ever come out since then. That I can't. What was the last BioWare game that came out? They do Dishonored.
Anthem. No, that's Arcane Studios, and they're published by Bethesda.
Besides Anthem,
no,
what is BioWare?
A Mass Effect Andromeda, which was a great success.
They're probably
like Mass
working on
Effect
another one. Another Dragon Age.
I mildly liked Dragon Age. I enjoyed the gameplay, kind of.
Which Dragon Age are you even talking about?
The original, Dragon Age 1.
Yeah, the one that came out 11 years ago.
Jeez, so weird. That is so weird.
Yep, I looked up species for the Old Republic, and they all look human.
They're very boring.
Yeah.
By comparison to Star Wars Galaxies.
I mean, I just said it makes sense. Like
there was actually a controversy initially in Star Wars Galaxies because you could play as a Mon Calamari, who is like not a mammalian species, and they did not have a chest option for females initially, and this was unacceptable to the player base. So they eventually added one in. Oh right, lightsaber.
Gotta get them fish tits in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, fuck, I can't even eat one more fish titty because I filled up on Stallone cuts in the break room.
What are Stallone cuts? I'm so confused.
It's better if you don't ask any questions.
Stallone cuts are, little dog?
I'm very uncomfortable with whatever we're talking about, but I don't know what we're talking about.
It's what the profs eat.
Okay, you turned on The lights in the cave.
Yeah.
Because that's a thing that happens.
It's a pile of ugly meat, veins of tangy mayo, and drawn tightly over it is a thin skin of sweaty, pinkish cheese.
I gotta say, there's way too many stormtroopers looking over cliffs in this game. Like, you see tons of them in this level. It's like, why are they always looking over the cliff, man?
Gotta see.
It's pretty.
Yeah, and now they're dead because of it.
Uh-oh. Yes. Good enough.
So Josh, you guys are doing Star Wars month. When are you going to do Star Wars Episode 1 Pod Racer?
You know, we actually had not talked about doing that.
I will be the pilot. It's on Steam.
Yeah, how well does it work?
Josh,
I have not got it to launch yet.
Oh, it works fine for me. And Josh, all of the cutscenes and all the audio are also just MP4s, so
great.
You can edit that kid. And I'll just turn every sound effect to it's a new lap record.
The rations at this posting are terrible. I'm just saying it's not my fault if I miss a target.
No.
What are they looking at?
You know, it actually, when you're zoomed out, it vaguely looks like you're naked under that poncho.
Grateful.
Like through the video.
Yeah, that's my new Guardian thing. Oh, whoa! Why did I blow up?
You could say he's a Jedi Commando. Oh yes, someone understands my it's a new lap record. That is just like stuck in my head. Reflect it, Josh. Just bounce that rocket.
No, I get
back.
the impression that's not going to work very well.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
You can eventually, but you have to unlock it.
Just pick up the rocket launcher?
Rocket Jedi. You rocket launch your lightsaber out at people?
I don't get why that's such a stupid question. Like, why would you not pick up the rocket launcher?
I mean, you joke, but like, you could do that in Jedi Knight.
Like, it seems wasteful not to. Like, you killed a guy for that rocket launcher. It's like against the Hunter's code not to use it. But use every part of the Stormtrooper.
No, okay, I can't do it midair.
Imagine a movie happen like that, you know, Rey is doing whatever Rey does, and she's just like, oh, whoops, instead of flipping, I pulled out my lightsaber, and now I'm dead.
Well, imagine if Rey, like, attacked somebody with their lightsaber, and then just, like, swung it again accidentally for no reason. Just in time to get, like, attacked by another Dark Jedi. Or, like, just time to get punched by
a little rat.
Oh.
Like, oh no, my rush combo got interrupted.
Oh, man.
Get him! I don't need help to kill you.
I like that he says that. I like that. That's clever.
I don't need help to kill you. I've got a shoulder pad, unlike those other assholes.
I'm the officer.
Battle for Naboo. I've never even heard of that game.
Yeah,
that's
I remember that. That was
the Rogue Squadron knockoff. That was episode 1.
Maybe we did have that. Did we have that?
We rented it.
Yeah, that's right. You rented it. Yeah, because I vaguely remember something along those lines now.
Go save and then go back the way you came.
I don't know where the save point is.
Back. This is this is the Cave of Darkness. Go out that cave entry. There we go. Yeah,
I love those old Star Wars games. Star Wars Rebellion is my favorite.
Right.
Are you gonna play Rebellion? That'll be a really interesting game to stream.
Should we talk about what we're gonna do next?
Oh, wait, have you not even considered this internally between?
Well, there's not.
We have a list.
Yeah, we have a list and a schedule and everything.
See, I'm a consummate member of this team.
I feel like we may have a schedule.
So am I supposed to continue?
Wait.
Go back where you're coming. Go back.
Okay. Let me do predictions. All right. Okay. Surely you have Jedi Academy on there somewhere. Battlefront.
That's on there somewhere.
X-Wing?
Yes.
That's on there.
Are you gonna do Empire at War? So you can
You
play
actually
Empire.
basically just named all of it because we're doing all of the like X-wing game.
Perfect. I win. I win a Wendy's spicy crispy chicken sandwich from each member of the crew, including Alex.
I hope you like slides.
I'll take it.
It's Super Mario 64. Yeah, let's race the penguin.
Let's go.
Oh, that was a. I see.
That
was one of these. Yeah, fuck you,
right,
random.
That was well done.
Dog
that was a good
thing.
job.
It's a womp rat, Josh. Clearly, it's a womp rat. It's not a womp rat, but it is.
They're not.
It is, though. Oh, it's a rodent of unusual size from the fire swamp.
See, I would like to actually reflect these guys' bullets into the melee guys first.
You can, I just don't think you can aim it there. But like if you back away, you can deflect them towards them. Like let him shoot you and see if you can.
No. God damn it.
That was a Jedi.
It's combat.
Was that a Jedi though?
I'm torn. Wait, hold on. Somnorium? Did I get that right? I'm torn because I feel the same way. I don't like this kind of game, but I have been enjoying it. I think maybe I kind of do like the story, and it's just kind of, I don't know, it's mindless fun. I didn't expect anything from it, so maybe that's why it's acceptable to me, that it's just like, oh, I'm just kind of doing my little story thing, and yeah, maybe there's not a lot to it, but it's fun in its moments, and the combat isn't, I guess, the whole game.
Oh!
There's plenty of times where you're not having combat, so that can be nice. There's some puzzle sections.
Yeah, we haven't even gotten to the puzzle bits because, God, I don't want to stream that.
I just want to give a shout out to Blue Spike 5, by the way, who a few minutes ago confirmed that it really does look like he's not wearing pants in the low res stream.
Oh no!
God damn it.
It didn't look like I was gonna grab it.
It looked like you grabbed it and just fumbled it, butterfingered it out of your pants.
I was like emphatically
let's be honest
mashing
with
X.
ourselves.
with the
Josh
hope that
has
I would-
died a lot to finicky platforming. I'm
Oh,
all
boy.
for making fun of him, but at some point, do we have to consider whether the game's controls might have an issue?
No, I don't know why you'd say that, Rutskarn.
The big problem, every time on Afro Walrus. All right, that's an easy one. Yeah. Afro Walrus comments that it seems like the combat falls apart when you're up against multiple enemies. That can definitely be true. The worst is when you have ranged units. There are points in this game where you have, like you're fighting right now, Josh. You're fighting a guy in front of you, and then there are ranged units up and behind you, and it's just the worst experience. It's not fun. It's not challenging. It's just
Holy shit! Did you just get your XP restored for killing the guy that killed you before?
Actually, only
So
have
that's
to hit
why
him.
you guys are saying this game is like Dark Souls.
Yeah.
Well, among other things, yes.
Well, because somebody in the chat mentioned like, oh, this game doesn't look that much like Dark Souls. I'm like, yeah.
No, it doesn't have realistic. It doesn't have realistic lightsaber damage. I wish.
Oh, here's a thing over here.
That's why the Academy series is the best.
I would go as far as to say this looks like a bad game, but I'm really definitely getting signals that it is not for me.
This game?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's fine.
Dark Souls is not necessarily my game. My wife actually quite likes Bloodborne, but I'm not very good at those kinds of games.
Maybe I think I do have a soft spot for Star Wars games, because like Star Wars games, I grew up playing Star Wars games. Every game that was a Star Wars game, I played it if I could, and I really enjoy them. But maybe not. Like maybe this game actually sucks, and I don't talk about. I wouldn't say it's a great game. I probably wouldn't have bought it for $60, knowing its price, like knowing what I know now. Probably would have waited for it to go on sale.
Just hold it down. Just he has to reload.
You know, I never knew that.
For some reason, it really looks like when you're deflecting blaster bolts. Like, it's not supposed to look like this, but it really does look like you're just kind of windmilling your arm and hoping for the best.
Find something?
Like, that's the opposite of how it's supposed to look. It's supposed to look like you're like a Goemon, like master samurai type, who's just like pinpoint deflecting every single blaster bolt effortlessly.
Not that way.
But no, you just look like some guy who got a lightsaber and is just doing the helicopter kick and just praying.
So how do I get new force powers?
It's through
there's a
the
transport
leveling
ship
up.
leaving the
Well,
Empire
well,
State.
it's a mixture of leveling up and then like specific mechanics.
Well, there's a couple of plot-centered ones.
Right.
It's not really the important ones like Force Push and other things are story locked, but ones that don't really matter so much are leveling up.
Wounded, but he took out a trooper.
Heard what happened to the commander?
So what's the point of those echoes that you're finding?
Seems like lore
Backstory, and then they give you some experience.
I actually don't like it very much.
You don't like the random little things?
I actually people will sometimes assume that I like certain kinds of presence of writing, or just generally like the presence of more writing in a game. But it really feels like when we're finding these echoes, like they had the idea that they're gonna do this first, and then they just sort of just came up with them willy-nilly.
Where am I supposed to be going?
I would agree. So far, and
here.
maybe Chris has had a different experience. I think you're a little further than me, but so far it doesn't feel like the force echoes really tie into anything. Like, I wish that they tied into things more specifically, that like as you were learning about these people and their lives, that maybe you ran into them later on or something.
Like, that one seemed pretty apropos, but
Anyway, Josh, use
mostly
your
they
map.
just,
It's the yellow
it's just
thing.
like a collection of shaggy dog stories.
Yeah. And that feels like they kind of dropped the ball there. I mean, yeah, it gives backstory, but I don't actually care as much if it doesn't tie into what I'm doing now.
I'm just
Like, I
saying,
got
it
the
would
idea.
it would not shock me to somehow discover that these were tied to Kickstarter backers.
Oh god, don't remind me of that, Rutskarn.
Is that from something I'm missing?
So Pillars of
Pillars
Eternity.
of Eternity. You go ahead, Josh. You played it.
Yeah, they were one of the backer. Oh boy.
I'm watching you.
What else would you be watching, buddy?
Hey,
So-
you,
so
the
so
Jedi
it was-
I'm gonna be killing. The guy walking towards me with the lightsaber. I'm watching you.
Yeah. So Pillars of Eternity 1 was a Kickstarter, and 2 was done on Fig. But one of the things they did for high tier backers was to give them little NPCs where they could like submit like a story of the soul of this character, and then your character, who can see souls and sense them, can like walk up to them and click on them, and then you read that story, and you're not really told that these are backer NPCs that have nothing at all to do with the story. So I spent like my first playthrough of Pillars of Eternity, I would just be walking around running into these NPCs and reading these like bad, incoherent backstories of these guys who all seem to be just like secret murderers, and not having any idea what the hell was going on or why this was in the game. Eventually I realized like, oh, these are all like backer NPCs, and they're all like colored green or whatever, so you don't need to you can tell.
Is the mechanic where you could like see people's like backstories only used for that?
There are some like story elements, but they're all like they're not done in the same way as the backer NPCs.
When I did my Deniable Access Kickstarter, that's the tabletop game I kickstarted back in April.
Right.
Like I have a tier which is for people to get like the NPCs added to the game with like a little bit of backstory description, but like those are NPCs that you're dropping into your story. Like, it's not just and then they appear and they say hi. I'm John Badass.
Yeah.
I was a corporate wage slave, but now I am an assassin. I shot my boss, and then I shot everybody else who tried to stop me. And then I swung out the window on a grappling hook, and now I'm a member of the Resistance.
What?
All right, bye.
That rat.
Get down, Mr. President! Oh, that rat went flying.
Oh, there he goes.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
Fuck.
Why did that rat go flying?
I don't know. It's been happening a lot.
That rat's a Force user. You should heal.
Yeah, so at some point, I don't believe this was here on launch, but at some point they patched in a loading screen tip that was basically, do not read the backer NPCs! Do not! They're a waste of time! Don't do this! And it wasn't worded exactly like that, but it was very like, oh, the backer NPCs contain stories from our the green NPCs contain stories from our Kickstarter backers. If you want to avoid them, just don't click on the green NPCs. It's like,
so, were they always green?
Yeah.
Okay, at least they did that. Imagine them not distinguishing them at all.
Did I tell you guys about Wars Game 2, which has my favorite backer reward ever?
No.
I have not heard of this.
Okay, so Coup is a card game.
Oh yeah, I know the game.
Yeah, it's very simple, but I have a friend who has the Kickstarter edition, and they have, I think, probably my favorite Kickstarter backer reward of all time, which is, one magnificent bastard got his face put on a few alternate versions of one of the cards, and that's fine, right? But that's normal. But also, every Kickstarter backer deluxe fancy edition also comes with his portrait, his painted portrait of kind of a smug, grinning dude, put on a cardboard chip, which goes in the box, which has no relationship to the mechanics whatsoever. Has no markings on it or text. It's double-sided, has the same thing on both sides. It's just a little holographic cardboard portrait of this guy that goes along with every game. And if you weren't paying attention, you would have no idea why it's in the box. So whenever my friend who owns this edition of the game pulls it out and they're explaining the rules to players, they're like, okay, so the first thing we got to do is we got to look at this guy. Secondly, each of you is going to get 2 cards.
Coup is a great game. I like Resistance better though.
It is. Coup is better than all of the expansions to Coup. Regular Coup.
Can I? Oh, I did, but I stuck it in the in position.
You oops.
Oh,
John.
This is a very unique aesthetic, how they have these things
Oh!
freeze.
What?
Oh, you survived!
What the
I
fuck?
can't believe
No! Oh my god, this game.
This game is a lot more fun when you have someone to laugh at these, and a lot less fun when you're sitting alone and it happens 3 times to you and you're like, fuck.
I wanted to play Yakuza 0, but no.
Ah, jeez.
No, Grease. Grease is the guy you're thinking of.
Oh boy. Oh man.
I mean, you've done this in Destiny.
It's sort of weird.
Yeah, that's true. We did have that strike.
Because I've been in that kind of room 3 or 4 different times in Star Wars games, and it's supposed to be the room where you activate force speed, but this game doesn't have force speed. So it's it means something totally different within the ludic language.
Sergeant Ralph asks, what is that machine that we were on? That is a machine supposedly there to mine resources. How it works, I don't know, and how that would actually mine resources, I don't know.
This is a game where the Empire has a machine that is designed to cut trees that is just a vertical circle blade, circle saw, and it's a vehicle someone sits on top of. It's hilarious, and I love it.
That's amazing.
He took out one of us, man. Do you suppose that Stormtrooper even knows the guy you killed?
No! Those guys don't feel fun to fight at all. Oh shit!
They're behind you. That's what you get from it.
Why did I spawn behind?
What?
Oh,
I'll show you not fun to fight.
God!
Why would you do that?
Oh, that's too good.
That guy's in the ground.
We gotta get the highlight from that one.
Just thinking about it makes me laugh.
I like how it went all slow-mo just for you to get completely blocked.
Oh God. I feel like these guys there should be more of these guys and they should go down quicker.
Well, that's called Force Unleashed.
Yeah.
This is the Dark Souls of Star Wars.
Oh, all right then.
I didn't care for the Force Unleashed. The story always made me roll my eyes.
I thought it was okay. I hear the second game story really went off the rails though. Like, you're a clone, a Star Killer, because he dies at the end of Force... Come on. Force Unleashed. Spoilers for that game from 2007. But there's like there's a bunch of clones of Star Killer, and Vader's just like running his clone program. His
second.
So, can clones have the Force, or rather, if you clone a clone of someone, and they don't have the original person doesn't have the Force, can you get a clone out of it that does have the Force?
I don't know. Midichlorians. Just inject the midichlorians directly into your veins.
Question. And I say it's an open question because, like, no one besides George Lucas really wants to fuck around with midichlorians. No one wants that in their toolbox.
I remember a character in the old EU from, like, the 90s who was, I think, some kind of, like, clone dude before there were clone troopers. And he became a Jedi. And then he died because... Not Luke. And then he died because he used the Force to, like, destroy an entire fleet of Star Destroyers that were coming up on Yavin or something. I don't know. I don't remember the story very well. I couldn't tell you which book it's from. Might have been one of those.
Jaden a clone?
Those short story compilations, maybe. I'm not sure.
Interesting. We're on the right track.
Oh yeah, there are multiple Luke Skywalker clones with varying syllables of Luke. What are we looking at? What are we doing?
I forgot about that.
See, I hate this. It says you're on the right track when you're in there. That's not where you go. It just shows you you're going on the right track. So just keep going in this room. That way.
What the fuck? Oh, do you guys know that Jaden Core from the Jedi Academy games has like a bunch of
oh my god, my head.
Can't get through.
Never seen that app? What other appearances does he have? Ewok Love Fucking Day? Or whatever it was?
Let's see. Cross
I can feel something pulling me there. Beyond the
oh shit, he appeared in Legends of the Force Fury, Cross Current, Riptide, Fate of the Jedi Abyss, Fate of the Jedi Backlash.
I've never heard of any of these
Fate of the Jedi
things.
Vortex.
Oh man, Fate of the Jedi Vortex? That's my fucking jam. I have no idea.
At some point he became a clone.
Of course.
No, actually,
at this point, Boba Fett's a clone, so...
And obviously, out of all of the choices for like which Jaden Core they wanted, they picked the bald dude version, just like the bald white dude version of Jaden Core. It's like you didn't want to do like the Zabrak.
I think my Jaden Core was a lady Twi'lek. I don't remember.
The problem with the clones, and I'm answering someone in chat, so this is a little off topic. But the problem with the clones I had wasn't that they weren't interesting. I thought the Clone Wars cartoon did some interesting things with them. But it's that when you have two forces, one which are clones and one which are robots, you don't care about either of them, it turns out, and all stakes are...
Oh, okay. Death has been canceled.
Another one of these.
No, you want to go towards the big temple up there.
I thought this was a bottomless pit.
Kill the goats. You know what really bothers me about these goats is the first time you kill one, you slice off its horn, and you're like, oh, cool, I sliced off its horn. And then everyone else, every single one you kill, you slice off the same horn. There it goes.
Jeez. Oh, no. Maybe, yeah, let's Dark Souls this. No, no.
Spam dodge.
Stim, here.
Oh, he's something. That was weird.
You know, if Disney was going to steal one character from the video games, they'd probably make like a Disney Plus Kyle Katarn miniseries or something.
I don't know. I feel like Kyle Katarn's kind of gotten locked out of the new canon.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's definitely been locked out. Isn't it like a big
There's a lot of
thing?
Katarn-esque characters, but there's nobody that's like, this is clearly Kyle Katarn.
You know, it's not like Kyle Katarn was like a unique snowflake.
I mean, he was kind of this ridiculous power fantasy, let's be honest. Why can't I knock you off with my lightsaber?
Yeah. Power fantasy, Star Wars character, I don't see the difference.
Need a stem.
Ah.
These things are pretty cool.
Flowers.
I mean, you want to talk power fantasy? Literally, the first line of Jaden Core's like Wikipedia article is a line from Kyle Katarn saying, "You're the best student I've ever trained and a terrific Jedi." Terrific Jedi. Also, your dad loves you, Kyle Katarn.
Is that actually the quote?
No.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, your dad loves you. I know, because I, Kyle Katarn, am your dad, and I'm proud of you.
Your dad or
Kyle
your
Katarn.
daddy? What's
The fact that I could have believed that
You're a
actually
clone of
dialogue.
me. I'm your clone dad. I'm your clone dad, and the guy I'm cloned from is also proud of you.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Josh just runs straight into it.
That was amusing. He just got slapped in the face by a rock.
Oh, god damn it.
This puzzle area has one of the most bullshit things ever.
Yeah. No, just the whole thing.
Well, the whole thing too, but there is a point in which you get something in this puzzle area that allows you to open up new areas, and there is a point in the dungeon in the middle of it before you get it that you come back to, and you think, oh, it's a secret I have to come back to. It's literally a save point that you can't get to when it's useful. You literally can't get there. So you traipse all the way back through the dungeon only to find that it's a fucking save point that you can't utilize at all.
The tomb. It's massive.
I mean, you can utilize it. It's just there's no reason to.
No sign of the
Exactly. Well, and the funny thing is, I rode the elevator back up
I'm supposed to find.
by that point. So I had to ride the elevator up, ride the elevator down, go and find it, finally find it, open it, and it's just a save point. I was livid. I had to read so much Kyle Katarn fan fiction to get over that one.
Oh my god, they have a backer reward for this game where your Wikipedia fanfiction gets added to the game. I sense that there was a Wookiee here and he was really well endowed.
Is that supposed to be doing that?
Yeah, that's how they jiggle.
You don't jiggle like that, Josh?
It's funny how that is like the universal video game animation for this is broken.
And a lot of stuff have been doing that in this game that was broken, so it's weird to see it as like, oh, this is intentional. Maybe it's not and they're just all broken?
So you named the stream Jedi Times. I really wish that Medieval Times was just Jedi Times. Like, can you imagine like a Star Wars themed Medieval Times?
Isn't that kind of what Galaxy's Edge is supposed to be?
Yeah, isn't that Galaxy's Edge?
I don't know. Do they have space mutton and blue milk for me to drink while I watch Jedi beat the crap out of each other?
They literally do.
All right. Well, I guess I'll go. Is that a
Is there a wall on it? Oh yeah, okay.
Is that a Disney World thing, or is it a Disneyland?
both.
Disneyland and Disney World.
Okay.
I was about to say that it's
I'm
cheaper
never
than
going
Medieval
back to
Times.
Florida.
The only time I've been to Medieval Times, I basically got in free. So let me look that up.
Oh, you
I used to love
guys.
I hate this room. I hate everything to do with this room. This room sucks.
Yeah, the puzzle later, not great.
No, it's a puzzle
What?
now.
It's a puzzle now?
You have to kill them? Yeah.
I don't think you can do this puzzle yet.
I did this puzzle without what you get in this level.
Really?
Yes.
How?
If Josh walks around, we can find out. It's dumb as hell, and that's why I hate this room.
That's my challenge to Josh. We gotta figure out this puzzle without the power that you're supposed to have to figure out this puzzle. It's dumb with the power. Hey, you can't. Hey, go back there, Josh. You gotta solve this puzzle.
No, don't
You can't
bother.
do it. Apparently, you can do this puzzle without the power. I want to see how it can be done.
Wow. It is actually like almost as expensive to go to Medieval Times as it is to go to Galaxy's Edge. I mean, you get food for free, but
How many Medieval Times locations are there?
there's like 8.
I wonder if there's any up where I
used to live
Wanna
literally like 5 minutes from the Medieval Times in California.
Voices from the past.
I'm sure there's one in Seattle, right?
Josh, don't waste your time with this. Or I'll
You're
just
gonna have
tell
to
you
explain to me
There,
how did you manage?
how did you do it?
There's not one in Washington.
No,
So
there's
go
not one
go
in
turn the
Washington.
one by the ball on. Go turn the one over by the ball on.
There's one in LA. I'll just go to the one in LA.
Yeah.
No, there's one by the ball to move the ball.
Yeah,
Let's be real. If I'm in LA, I'm not going to Medieval Times.
But you don't want that other one on because it's going to push that ball. Oh, did it push it out of the way? Yeah. See how there's the thing there?
Yeah.
It's going to break that.
The
No,
Medieval Times is like 10 minutes from both the Knott's Berry Farm, I think, and like the Disneyland. Is that right? No, I can't be right.
Was Medieval Times, did it used to be a bigger thing and now it's a smaller thing?
I don't think I think its heyday is pretty much over, but I don't know that it was bigger per se.
so now it's going to push it towards the center and then it'll push it inside. Do you see that?
Because I'm looking on Google Maps
Kinda.
of places I used to live. I guess we must have gone to the one in Canada, Josh.
Yeah, that's what we did. Was there wasn't one in the U.S., so we went across the border.
Turn
Okay, it
the
is
one
2
blowing
minutes
towards
from
the center
Knott's Berry
off.
Farm.
What? Wouldn't you want the one blowing towards the center?
You will eventually, but you want it
Oh.
seated in the center.
Ah,
Yeah,
No, he just needs to freeze it in the center. All you
Right.
have to do is freeze it. You
Oh,
could
that's
have
right.
left
You
it
did-
on.
That's right. You could force freeze it in the center so it loses all of its momentum.
oh, I see. Oh God. Okay, you don't get run over.
There. Now turn on the pushy freelies. There we
Neat.
go.
Oh. Will this
yeah,
like pop me out of
eventually
here?
you
Should
can-
I?
No, this is just a secret.
This was all to get this thing.
Yep.
Force
Simple
essence.
meditation
Ah.
rituals. I think they were training Force users.
Apparently, Glitch came back through once he got the power to make that easy. And
Yeah,
then
it was so much easier. I just pushed the ball into the wall, called it quits.
I solved the puzzle.
Oh, there's more. Oh no.
Just block a lot. Also, I think there's a rest area in the next room or two. So I think you're
We
gonna-
went to the one in Toronto.
Is it a Medieval Times?
Yeah, they got a Medieval Times down here.
I really respect the historical accuracy of Medieval Times in making their chicken unspiced and taste like ass.
Where
When you're a kid, you don't notice.
where did Cable Guy take place?
Presumably the one in California, I think, right?
Is there only one in California?
That movie was really cheap. It had to have been filmed in California.
All right, now turn it off, and it'll.
Right, I see. Come on.
I'm the worst backseat driver in video games. Is he gonna fly? Yeah, he actually made it. Okay. I did that puzzle
All
a
right.
lot, and I kept
Yes,
jumping too early.
I didn't make it.
Yeah, it
with
was
such
filmed
ease.
in Buena Park, California, which is where the Medieval Times is. So it's actually completely, it's actually sort of rare that they, like, put the theme attraction in the city where the movie was shot.
Nope. You got to do some stuff with some balls.
Ah, balls.
This is just so fucking video games.
Yeah, like...
Yeah.
This is too much video games.
You jumped when you should not have jumped.
Does the fact that this game is Star Wars make it the fact that it's like so video games?
What
worse,
the fuck
do you
is
think?
that, dude?
I never
Well,
ran
kill
into
it,
this guy
scan
the
it,
first
you'll
time.
find out.
Hi.
That didn't. I did not get a.
Oh, he's kicking your ass.
He's gonna stomp at you, man. He just wants to give you a hug.
We're just gonna dash.
Whoa!
We're just gonna dash him over and over again.
Yeah, why not?
Is there like a video game this thing could not be from?
Modern Warfare.
Super Paper Mario. Doesn't look like paper.
Okay. Let me change.
That's
Let me ask you a different
boyfriend.
question. Is there like a science fiction video game this thing could not be from?
Oh, that new Star Wars game, Jedi Fallen Order.
I'll check it out.
You're right. It doesn't look very appropriate for that game.
Yeah, it wouldn't fit in that game.
You'll come back here, Josh. Just go up where it originally opened up. You'll be back here and pissed off and doing more puzzles.
Did it open
Yeah,
something?
I have to
What am
say,
I-
so
No.
I mean, we're
Climb up.
because like that's what you do.
Oh,
but
I
I
see,
am
okay.
slightly surprised by how negative my outlook on this game is.
I rather like it.
Yeah,
It-
like
it-
I'm not bored.
It's a good game to just play and turn off your brain and just kind of enjoy it. Of course, you didn't go to Dathomir yet. That
Was
fucking
that where you
sucks.
were when you had the trouble with that jumping puzzle?
No, that's
Fucking-
actually.
Why is that possible? Why doesn't it just suck me towards it?
It's this little part is dumb. I missed this rope a couple of times, but
Why would you just force pull it into your hand?
no.
I don't have the ability
Dathomir
to
is
do
that
that,
point
yeah.
where you're fighting melee characters with ranged characters up and behind you, and you're just like, I fucking hate my
Oh,
life.
that sounds great.
Terrible.
This seems like a bad idea.
Oh man, I'm really sad there wasn't a bit there.
This is here to teach you mechanic, and this is the hardest one you'll ever do. Like every other time you use this mechanic, it's easy and it makes sense, but this one is just like poorly placed. If you
Just
ask me,
jump to the side. Yeah, just jump at an angle.
it took me
think I need to get
forever
more
to
of a
get the
run-up.
jump right. Like I knew what I had to do, but it took me ages to get it right.
Like just,
I'm just
it's not about
destroying
speed,
these
you just
ancient urns.
There you go.
Come and get me, guys.
Aw, he got hurt from the spiky.
Actually, you didn't really get hurt. Whoa.
Can you imagine how cross the ghost of Obi-Wan would be if Luke died to one of these?
It's kind of like what he was with the Wampa in episode
Okay.
5, right? Like,
Go back.
fucking Luke gets knocked out by this fucking ape monster. Come on.
He's like, Luke,
back?
get your
So,
lightsaber.
that right there, Josh?
Luke, grab your lightsaber.
Oh,
He's
you
like,
can
"I
open it by
can't, though.
being a
My
fucking
lightsaber's
moron.
all the way over there."
I didn't know you could do it by being a fucking moron. Of course, I didn't think to myself, oh, I'm gonna run over and jump on that plant. That makes too much sense.
Oh my god, you waited until you beat the level to unlock that?
Yep, I came all the way back. And by the way, you can't go, like, it's not like you can do the Metroidvania thing where you go forward to go backwards. It's like, no, I had to redo the whole fucking section just to find that shit.
Can't solve everything.
What can a lightsaber solve, really?
You want that going, Josh.
Oh, okay.
You want that going when you make the jump.
Oh, see, I wanted to let him fail on his own so I could laugh at him. Also, these things respawn, and the first time I did this, I was running along the platform, and one respawned under me, and I also went flying. It was incredible. I just hit the ceiling and then fell on the pit.
God, what is it with this game?
It's not quite finished?
I love those kinds of bugs.
Oh.
Yeah, I did the same thing, Josh. It feels like you should be able to deflect those, but you just can't.
I did not get the sense that you should be able to deflect those. I was kind of like, Josh, what are you doing?
Oh, that was my instinct.
It does look like the suit from Wolfenstein.
It looks like the suit from Wolfenstein mixed with the suit from Iron Man.
Yeah, I was just thinking that, but I didn't want to sound silly by saying Iron Man and being the only one to think it looked like Iron Man.
Yeah, I would have busted at a gut and ordered this game immediately if he'd fallen on you and you died.
That one, I think you have to come back
yeah,
for.
you do have to come back for that.
Okay, I see what happens.
Oh yeah, it also looks like the thing from the first Thor. I had forgotten about that movie.
Oh yeah, that weird thing.
Here's such fun trivia fact. I've tried to watch Thor and Thor the Dark World on 3 separate occasions, and I've never not fallen asleep.
Thor the Dark World made me angry with how bad it was. Like, I don't understand how it ever passed any
boring.
It's not only is it boring, but it's dumb. Every part about it is dumb. Every time it cuts away to the side characters, I want to throw my TV out the window.
It has by far the worst of all Marvel villains. He just wants to kill the universe just kind of because, like...
Yep. And also the fights are boring, too. It's like everything about that film is
Where's
boring.
Thanos coming around to stop these guys from killing the whole universe? Like, come on.
I mean, if I had to say, it is bar none either the worst or second worst Marvel film. But if I had to say something positive about it, I do like the Tom Hiddleston, Loki, Chris Hemsworth, Thor.
That was good, and that was the only bit that was good in it.
Well,
like,
that ends
and then we
pretty
got
quickly,
Ragnarok,
doesn't
and
it?
it was just instantly obsolete.
Yeah.
Well, I'm also curious, like, I as much as I'm looking forward to Jane Foster, and I love Jane Foster, that run the comic, Natalie Portman did not give a shit at all in that movie.
Fucking God!
Are you trying to get hit by them?
I'm not. No.
Could you possibly try not to hit every single one? I know your man's shooting him out for getting hit by so many rocks.
To shield us. The obstacles in your path define the path.
I'm sure glad they got the X-Men training room to be able to train.
Yeah.
I thought this looked like the danger room. It's what it feels like. Like the Jedi have a danger room specifically to train their superpowers for no reason.
No. It's not really easy when it gets like launched from way above you.
Try again.
I laugh only because I also failed at this quite a few times.
Complete the test.
And it's just fun to watch little you get pelted by little plastic balls.
It stands in the way.
Oh, I love the
Now
white
we have
flashing
forward
light.
push.
I did it.
And
Now
so
I'm a real
when Glitch
Jedi.
went and got Force Push, he went back and had to manually unlock the thing.
My friend,
Yeah.
take a look at the detail on this part.
I didn't think you could just fucking step on the thing. I'm like, oh, don't step on those things. Makes sense.
It's time to call on an old
God, I
friend.
can't stand this hologram.
If this echo had contact,
He looks like he has no teeth, like he's like a crazed old grandpa.
Chieftain Tarful will know about it.
It's weird because it actually is Tony Amendola. Like that's his face.
Oh, his
That's
face is
clearly
ugly in this
performance capture. Yeah, fuck you.
All right, for no reason, this one's harder than the others, and I can't remember why.
So I am.
Although I guess if you just force slow it all the time, it doesn't really matter.
Okay, so the special attacks require force.
So I know that not every like red-haired dude with kind of like that facial expression and the hair thing going on is Archie Andrews.
Damn it!
I know that.
But don't you want to just see this guy and Hux in the same room together and get really confused about who's who?
What's that?
No, because Cal isn't a cartoon villain. It wouldn't be hard to distinguish at all because Hux is literally just the cartoon villain.
I love Hux. He's so dumb.
Yeah, I like Hux too.
It makes me so sad because I am a huge fan of, now I can't think of his name and I don't sound like, I was a huge fan of Domhnall Gleeson, the actor who plays him, and I saw that he was cast in Star Wars before, The Force Awakens came out, and I'm like, he could be, like, one of the main characters on, you know, he could be one of the characters we follow the whole time. I'm so excited, dude. I love him.
Animus asshole.
Yeah, exactly, and I'm like, fuck.
He does a good job, though. I mean,
oh yeah,
like,
well, he's a great actor. Everything
You
he's
said
in,
you
role.
were a fan of Domhnall Gleeson?
I guess I still am. I just am sad that he sucks in Star Wars.
This Guardian was
I mean, he
destroyed
doesn't
long
suck.
ago.
His character sucks.
Come back here.
I think he's fun as like the sort of like the kid version of the Empire, full of a bunch of morons.
He did a good job. I think his character was indispensable in in Last Jedi.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, I mean, I get what you're saying here, but like also I want to say more nice things about the character. I like that he's the adult in the room whenever he's with Kylo Ren.
Yeah.
Right. I'm not saying like.
Oh yeah.
I guess I'm bummed that he wasn't a more critical role because I like him as an actor, and I'm like, I want to see more of him.
Yeah, no, I get that. I'm not ragging you for that.
All right, Josh. Do you want to do puzzles or do you just want to leave?
What kind of puzzles?
Oh, so bright.
It's a trick. You have to do puzzles to leave.
No wait, shit.
Oh, I love that white every time. Never gets old. Fuck
Burn
you,
your
Josh.
eyes.
Why would you make your fucking thing fade to white every time?
Yeah.
It's gonna give me a fucking headache. And I get to see it twice because I have both things. It's on both my monitors.
Hey you.
Can you actually kill him with a ball?
Well, we'll find out.
There's no one in there. The Force Guardians. Oh, they do respawn. Okay.
Yeah, he respawned. Which seems nonsensical.
Man, that sucks. This is not doing anything. What the? Oh, it hurt. It's hurting him slightly. Oh boy, he's pushing it towards me. No, no, no.
It's doing ship damage to him.
This is the puzzle, Josh. You have to figure out how to kill him with the ball.
No, don't kill him with a ball. Just kill him normal.
But the secret! If you kill him with the ball, it unlocks the secret clearly. Somebody's gonna buy one of these.
Oh.
It's such a video game thing for him to do, where he just like
you know what else
points his beam like at 180-degree angle from you, then sweeps it across the room when you're the only person he's fighting.
It reminds me of KOTOR armor. The sheen on it.
Yeah.
I think that's the idea. I mean, aren't they supposed to be an ancient civilization?
Yeah.
God, that was such a sexy sheen back when that game came out.
I loved it. I love that sheen.
Is that your screen name, Rutskarn? And Rutskarn's your actual name?
No, don't let it fall down there. Don't let it fall down there.
So which is the sexy Sheen? Charlie Sheen?
Sheen Bean.
In all seriousness, if it's been a while since you've seen the armor, the Sith armor,
you know you can freeze it in time.
That's the Republic. Go look it up. For anybody who's like newer to video games, like that was the most gorgeous like gloss effect in video gaming at the time that came out.
Oh hey, this is open. Is that always?
No, it's not always open. It's new.
Deadly Yellow said having Breath of the Wild flashbacks. I didn't want to say it, but yeah, this feels pretty Breath of the Wild.
Yeah,
Breath of the Wild is archetypal.
I swear to God, the first time I saw these balls and could push them around, I tried to beat them with the lightsaber to see if it would impart force the way it does in Breath of the Wild.
I hate them in both games. The fucking ball puzzles in Breath of the Wild are the worst.
That's harsh, because that's a pretty big thing, isn't it?
Well, I like some of their puzzles. The problem, okay, let me be more specific. The ball puzzles where you have to freeze it and hit it in the specific spot are the worst. Like the mini golf, but with balls. That fucking sucks.
This really does feel like.
Do I need to?
No.
I
always hate saying that something feels too video gamey because like that feels wrong. But like somehow this does feel too video gamey.
Here's the thing. Why does this exist? And why did the culture that had these balls and everything, why did they make this? Why would they have this be a room?
So that Josh could come be tested 300 years later or whatever.
Right, exactly. It's total bullshit. That's why it feels video gaming.
Do you want help, Josh? Do you want a hint?
No.
You can actually get a hint from your droid, but I don't know how to do it on the Xbox controller, which is, say, the PlayStation.
It's left or right. It's one of the arrow
Do I need to
buttons.
put it back up here?
No, to your right.
I want to actually push it down there?
Now you do. You didn't want to push it down there before because it was a pain in the ass to get out.
This force push is kind of lame.
Yeah.
It looks extremely unsatisfying.
It is satisfying. It's just
what happened to the air? Oh, there it is.
It's limp and violent at once, which is a weird combination.
I would be very satisfying to like fling somebody with it, but like using it to just like goose a ball down a hallway is like the least interesting application.
That's all Qui-Gon Jinn did in his entire life.
Just goosing balls down hallways.
Yeah, fuck you, small portion of that wall. God, the motion blur in this game is bad.
Oh, I turned that shit off immediately.
There's no option for motion blur specifically.
Yes, there is. I did it. I definitely turned off motion blur.
Well. Oh, okay. It's in a different fucking menu. Turn that shit off too.
Thank goodness that Glitch mentioned that so that we wouldn't get
Do we go out this
chewed out
way, or-
in the comments.
I thought
So
that you
turn
liked
off-
it.
Turn off the fan.
I'm fine, Chris. I don't want me to.
No,
It's too cold in here. Turn off the fan.
Stand at an angle and hit it towards the thing.
Oh my
What a dumb
god.
joke. What a dumb
Oh
joke,
my
Redguard.
god.
What? What's, oh my god?
Just like this.
Puzzle. Yeah, I agree.
Puzzle.
I'm also... That was stupid.
Like, what is this mousetrap shit?
Yeah, okay, so that's another thing. So they put it there to test someone, but only one person? Because that fucking good luck getting that back up in there.
Can you imagine having to reload the ball?
Now what do I do?
It goes to the other side. See how there's gas coming out that side? This took me like 45 minutes, so I'm just trying to make the stream go faster.
I'm glad. So far, everything else you all have done
So
so
do I
much faster
continue
than me.
pushing
I'm
it down
glad
this way?
because this puzzle didn't actually take me that long.
Afro Walrus says, there's a third ball. I had to solve this with only 2 balls.
I don't know how you could solve it with only 2 balls.
What am I
have
Chris,
some
what am I
thoughts
doing?
About it.
Okay,
Yeah,
you
have
gotta
it
get
the
it.
right way.
You gotta get it to go up there.
Yeah, so push
Okay,
it.
so I was going the right way,
down
and you're
that
saying
way.
no was
Oh.
nonsense.
Yes, ignore me. I'm stupid.
Is there more instructions?
No,
I don't
no,
want to talk over vital instructions. Okay.
no. We're good.
When I played Hotline Miami back when that game came out, I got through it,
Look to
and
your
then
right, Josh.
Jabbar messaged me saying, "I'm having a lot of trouble with the last boss fight. Can you tell me
Where'd it
how
go?
to hit?"
Oh my god, it's
how
going
to
on
aim
it's on a
the
loop!
Throwing knife before I get shot to death. And I said, "Oh, I just did this and that."
No,
And he's
it's
like,
going in the
"Okay."
right direction, Josh.
And
You
then
wanted to
later
do
he's
that.
like,
Oh.
he kept asking me for like advice, and I'm like, I don't have anything to give you. Just keep doing it until you get it right. And at some point, he's like, "Why didn't you tell me to use auto lock?"
Oh, I
And I was
see.
like, auto lock? I did not realize there was a lock-on function in Hotline.
Okay,
Josh.
I see. We got to get up there.
Yep. I've
stop
designed
it.
some ball puzzles for video games, and that's why I'm partial to these, or at
What
least
happens if we
I have
stand
an
here?
idea of what's gonna happen. So I solved this one really quickly, but I also understand how fucking frustrating they can be. Especially when, like, you're not looking the right way.
I really wish that
Mild
killed me.
I'm impressed that didn't do any damage.
It should kill you. That would be funnier.
I hate ball puzzles, or like I hate this kind of puzzle that's
Yes.
physical in nature.
What? Oh, push it into the thing.
I'm trying. It's not going.
Yeah.
This is ridiculous.
Yes, this is why I wanted to give you instructions.
This is actually bad. Like, the other bits have not been like, oh, I hate this yet, but this is getting there.
The good news is that's basically the end. Now push this down there and you're done. That
It
was
would
the
be
first
one
hour.
thing if that made any sense. Exactly. It doesn't make any fucking sense. Now, Josh, you need to go all the way back and try to find that secret that I found that turned out wasn't a secret.
No, I
feel
already
like we're
did
fucking
that.
around with God's pinball table.
You're good to leave now. That was it. That's the end of the.
Did we get another play yet?
The best part is, like, you didn't go down there and find anything that actually was useful. You went down there and found out that he went somewhere else.
You went to Kashyyyk. So
yeah.
So for the record, I know we're at like at about 2 hours now, but I really want to do the Kashyyyk opening bit. At least when we get to the cool bit.
I want to see Kashyyyk.
Yes, I agree.
The opening of Kashyyyk is really cool. It's worth it.
Okay, Chris, the bell does not dismiss us. You dismiss us. Tell us when the stream's over.
Oh, it's doing a fucking haunted mansion thing while we're going up. What the fuck?
What do you mean?
Like
it's
how
getting
the haunted mansion
taller.
Elevator, like, yeah.
I didn't even notice that when I played. I don't believe you.
I thought I was going
I see it,
down
but
because I was looking at the other walls and I was like, what the fuck?
I don't believe you because the haunted mansion walls just stretch, and that's what's happening. It's just the ghosts.
No, it's in California it goes down, and in Florida the wall stretch.
Oh, you could have used up a
I was actually joking, like that I just believed in the
What?
Hollywood magic, but okay.
Guys,
I guess I didn't know I didn't know that was true about Walt Disney World.
I like how they don't
have
care.
an elevator. I said.
Yeah, it's Florida, so you can't really.
Yeah.
You can't really build down into the ground very much.
That's interesting that they keep the gimmick then, because like there's no need for
Oh.
it. Like for those of you who don't know what we're talking about in the comments, so in Disneyland, the haunted mansion attraction is underground, which means that they need to basically get you underground, but don't necessarily want to have you like go down a bunch of stairs or something. So they just put in an elevator.
You know
and the
he's
way
not
they integrate the elevator into the ride
What the
is that,
fuck?
like,
What? What just happened? He like exploded himself.
Stuck onto the thing and fucking shot himself. Sorry, what were you saying?
I was just saying that like the way they integrate the elevator is that they use
No,
your lack
use
of
the- oh,
reference
I'm out.
with regards to elevation to make you think that the walls are just stretching upwards and revealing like just various spooky stuff in the
Yeah, it's
painting,
actually a downwards elevator.
rather than like actually but it's actually taking you downward.
Don't they do the same thing in the California version? Is it not
That's
an
what
elevator?
they do in the California version, but in the Disney World version, there's no elevator because they don't want to actually sink you into the
Right.
swamp in Florida. So they just have the walls stretch upwards, actually. So
No,
it's
wait,
an interesting
wait.
thing where, like, if you're
Hey,
from
hang on.
California, if like you're a California Disney-phile who's like a smart
Wait.
mark,
Oh,
you will be one in the
What?
room.
Where'd he go?
who thinks
He
something
was
is happening.
abducted by aliens.
Who's like, aha, I know that the walls aren't actually stretching, it's just an elevator. And it's like, actually, you're wrong, the walls are just stretching. You are fooled by the illusion
Yeah.
that is actually what is occurring.
In California, the entire haunted mansion is basically underground.
Did you go down here, Chris?
Yes, did you?
Yeah. I wasn't sure if it was like something you were
Should
supposed
I be going
to do.
down there?
It
I
felt...
think it is. I think there's two ways out. I don't know if both ways work because there's another way to go, and I think that's where
Yeah.
you go to get to the next area. So I think you're going the right way, Josh.
Both of the French Quarter attractions are underground. The Haunted Mansion and then Pirates of the Caribbean is also underground, which is why there's like a log flume plunge. Is Pirates of the Caribbean underground in
No,
Florida?
Pirates of the Caribbean is both not underground and also substantially worse in Florida. It's one of the few attractions I would say that is just objectively better in Disneyland. like 100%. It's ours is about 2/3 the length. We are missing lots of scenes, especially at the opening.
Would you say that most of them are better in Disney World? I haven't been to Disney World in such a long time.
Come on.
Sorry, I'm laughing at Josh Dang.
What the fuck? What just happened?
The T-pose. The T-pose.
The general consensus is that most of the rides in Magic Kingdom are indeed better in Disneyland.
That's too bad. Oh, in Disneyland. Okay, good.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm never going back to Florida.
I mean, Florida has better literally everything else. Everybody hates DCA, and yeah, Florida is generally better at all the other parks.
But
if you want the Disney specific stuff.
Oh, I meant to rest there. Oh no.
I'm actually I'm finding it hard to think
Am I going
what
back?
I would recommend California Adventure.
I made the same mistake, Josh, and yes, you can go back.
You can go back. B, this is you're going the right way anyway.
Wait,
back to the
did
show.
you say you do or don't like California Adventure?
I can't think of much I would recommend California Adventure. There's things
I would agree.
enjoy, but I had a pass, so I could just go.
Right. We
yeah,
bought tickets and we went,
have
and
a
it was
soft spot.
underwhelming.
So okay.
It's like there's a
I
Ghirardelli's
wouldn't
there.
want to drive from Ohio to California and then walk past the Disneyland gates and say, "One for the Monsters Inc. ride, please."
Are you really riding it all the way back down?
Oh wait, you can slide back down, Josh. There's a
On the other
slide.
hand,
Dude, I died a bunch of times
if you
when I
have
did
a
that.
pass, the Monsters
Fine.
Inc. ride is very charming.
Oh, are we really going back down? God damn it! Why are we going back down?
I thought we don't actually have to go back down. Actually,
don't?
Can you
No,
progress
you were-
without
that-
going back down?
Yes, that we just have to get back to the ship. Kashyyyk
I
is
didn't
next.
fucking know that shit.
Right. Okay.
Oh my god.
Thanks everybody.
I thought we were doing the ice level.
This is the ice level.
Yeah, I know, but apparently we don't have to.
Damn it. That's what I get when I listen to backseat fucking drivers. What?
I shouldn't laugh so much at this, but it's great.
At what point in development do you think they decided just have him respawn? Just have him respawn when he fucks up.
After the third fucking test.
You can go rest there if you want to rest.
Yeah, if you rest, the elevator comes back down.
I don't think that is that true.
Yes, I did this before. I'm pretty sure it came back down.
What? You
Automatic.
did it before, and then you still made Josh do it?
Where are we?
I thought we were gonna go through this level down here and experience it because it's like a whole thing. But
No, we're gonna do
come back here
Kashyyyk.
later when you come back.
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah, we'll just.
The ice cavern.
Oh, you know what? No, we do have to go through there. He's gonna have to slide back down again.
No. We are leaving the Kashyyyk so we can see the cool bit and end the stream. But I want to get to the.
But making Josh go around in circles and wasting his time is pretty much my job.
So the lighting snaps, and that's really obnoxious.
Yeah. I haven't even been to Pirates of the Caribbean recently because the last time I was at Disneyland, it was closed.
I actually like the recent amendments they made.
I think they were doing that when I was there
auction
last.
house.
The best part of Pirates of the Caribbean is the Blue Bayou. It's the best restaurant.
It is the best restaurant.
My wife and I ate there the day after our wedding.
You all can call restaurants where they don't serve alcohol restaurants.
I'm
sorry, I'm bothered. No, Magic Kingdom is dry except for bits of.
That's right.
Bits of Galaxy's Edge to bring it back to Star Wars.
It's a park for kids, right?
How the hell do I get back to my fucking
I'm okay
ship?
Yeah.
I could probably sneak in booze.
Oh, is he right? Oh, Jesus Christ, is he right?
Was I right by accident?
Do I have to go through the green?
No, you go up to that green gate. No, green. Go up.
Is it the green gate? It might be the
Yeah,
green
yeah. I think that's the way I went the first time, and then I backtracked back down to the ice level. It's like, ooh, what's this?
Well, but
so
there's
go
a
to your
way-
left, Josh.
There's a
Yeah,
way
then go
through
up
the
that way.
ice level. There's a way.
There is a way
there.
through the ice level, but I think this gets you to where you want to go without going through the ice level. In fact, I'm almost certain of it.
Oh, I hate this thing. I hate the Pro Droid. This is where I wanted a gun.
What?
Because the only way to damage this thing is by reflecting shots.
Well, you can also push it into walls.
Yeah, but There are times where there aren't walls, and there are those guys.
So, my wife and I went to Disneyland the day after we got married, and we actually went to the town hall. So what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to get like a little button that says like, congratulations, or on whatever event that's going on, so that park employees know to like congratulate you and maybe get a free dessert. But we stood in line for like 20 minutes. Same thing. And afterwards, they came up and they're like, "We're out of married buttons. Here's happily ever after." Does that make sense? And I'm like, "Sure, yeah." So we put those on, and it turns out that happily ever after means happy anniversary. So we've been married for 24 hours. And say happy anniversary.
That's amazing.
We
got ours like I don't remember where we got them, but like one of the people somewhere had an extra one before we even got to the courthouse thing, so we didn't have to wait in the line. They're like, "Yeah, I have an extra one here, or an extra two," and we're like, "Great." So we just ran off with this.
You're just gonna annoy him with force pushes.
I love the way you look at your hand when it doesn't work, by the way, and you're like, huh? What? I ran out of force powers?
Okay, where do I go here?
That? No, that's not it.
You can force push that door open, that green door, but I think that starts taking you to the next level.
So how do I get back? Because I used that slide to get down here. How do I get back?
I think you go through the caves. The way I did it was through the caves.
Really? You have to go through the caves?
Well, okay, then where do we go?
I guess you do have to go through the caves.
Will this fucking door take me to the caves?
Maybe.
It's right down there.
What? Okay.
I can't get him.
I mean, if you want to go through the door, it's right behind you. You can just bust down the door and run away. Maybe.
Quick, help! Let's take him out.
Right there.
Yeah, I know.
Yes, all right, got it.
He's busy being shot.
I'm done with this one. Someone, help! Stay down.
I'm not down. What are you talking about?
He was talking to his friends. He doesn't like the idea of zombies.
Wasn't expecting this.
How do I get out of here?
No, I don't think this is gonna help him either. I think this is going to a different part of the game.
Oh my god.
Well, but it gets you your scoop link right here, so you can hack stuff.
Yeah, the scoop link.
Oh, maybe that's what I need to do, is to get this and then go through the door ahead.
Yeah, that might actually work.
Right, I think I could replace yours with this.
I'm back. Did we figure out what we're doing?
Maybe.
Well, we got a scomp
We're
link.
starting the game over so that we can get faster.
Yeah, we're playing Iron Man mode now?
Oh, great. We'll be done in like a minute. You died, I want to say, less than a minute after you got the controls.
Oh, yeah, it was great. I want to put a supercut of this together where it's just
I put it just your deaths. As long as you get the one where you get stabbed in the b-hole.
I think you can just go back down, Josh, unless if you want to experience all this content.
What content is it?
There's like a whole thing you go up
It looks
the
like
thing and
this
it's all
links me
bullshit.
back to the ice slide. No, that's different.
No, Josh, you see that green door right there?
Yeah.
That takes you back, I think. Does it? I sure wish I
We'll
had the
find
map.
out. Oh crap!
And
I can't go
control
back.
it myself.
Can I go back?
way
Josh,
out.
I've made,
There's no way out.
I've made
Great.
2 tweets directing people to the stream since you started it. The first one reads, "They haven't even finished teaching Josh the movement controls and he already fucking died. He died doing his character's day job, not even the day part." And the second one was me quoting Glitch. "I think what we have to conclude watching this is that Cal has a broken connection to the Force."
I get you.
Fuck.
I've made that mistake before.
Damn it! Can you shoot at me later?
Chat's saying you have to go down the ice slide. Chat, I reject your reality.
Why did
And
you guys
then,
have to decide that wasn't the
I
way
didn't
out?
say this.
Fuck!
Why?
So, 24-hour live stream, right?
Oh my god. Welcome to our extra live stream.
Every time Josh falls and doesn't go to Kashyyyk, we're not going to donate any money because we're spending it all on food trying to survive this stream.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
So a while ago, PG&E cut off my power, and I had no power for days, and it was terrible. Why could that happen
At least
now?
it didn't happen. That happened to me during the winter, and it was the worst thing ever.
What? This is not... It's not easy to judge these jumps. Cal doesn't move as far as you think he should.
Yeah.
There we go.
It's weird.
Oh, good. Okay.
Oh, you can jump just straight? I always jump to the left. Push him. Oh. Oh, you don't have the force.
Go. There we go.
There you go. He didn't die.
Can I not slice this? Does he have to... Where is he?
No, he doesn't have to die, but he didn't die.
No, go. Damn it, no.
He does have to die, according to Josh. Fucking, he has to die.
All right.
Damn it.
Even Chris
We're doing
hates
this
that he's
to
here
torture
now.
me at this point.
So when do we get a bionic limb? Oh, wait,
I didn't expect Josh to go back down and kill him when I mentioned it.
Well, now I can... Well, I was still in combat was the problem, so the slice prompt wasn't popping up because...
Okay, now hit the M button here.
Okay.
There should be a way...
Okay, this takes me to that green door, but is that
Yeah.
where we want to go?
I don't know.
You want to go to the gold thing. So, well, never mind.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, yeah, but like that's really far away.
Yeah, but we can see how it's connected to everything. And the green door is going in the opposite direction.
Is it? I mean, it's all the way over here.
So,
can we fast travel? Is there a way to fast travel? Can you click on
No, there's no way to fast travel.
That's...
I guess that's the only way.
Damn it.
It's either that or go down the ice slide. Go to the base of the slide, there's an air vent. I don't know what that is.
You're gonna have to go down into the caves. That's your only hope.
Okay, are you sure?
I don't
the
see
two
it.
of you collectively have gotten past this, and yet you cannot tell which direction you're supposed to go. Do you really not remember?
Again? It's this guy again.
Look, Josh, you know why I've done this to you? It's because you didn't buy me that Wendy's spicy crispy chicken sandwich that I said that you owed.
When?
Anyway.
At the beginning of the stream.
Oh boy, those like snow footprints are really
We're gonna
bad.
try the ice caves, I guess.
I don't even remember how you get back down to the ice cave.
Oh, this is just
Oh,
a
good.
thing.
This will ease your pain.
You can get some new clothes.
Ooh, and clothes shopping. Ah, Duty and Resolve 2 lightsaber switch. I see.
Should I really just go
Have you
around
tried
and pick
going
out
to
their
the left?
lightsabers?
What?
Can you go?
Like, is
Oh, wait,
that
Josh,
what
wait,
Jedi
turn to
do?
the right, turn to the right, turn to the right, turn to the right. Yeah, can you get over there? I know I went back this way. Turn to the left. Can you get onto that platform there? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. So go that way. Go
That
on
might
that
be
air
the way.
vent.
Okay.
Do we want to heal first or not?
No.
Just ignore these rats. Just go on the air vent and get us out of here.
Fine.
Yeah, I remembered how I did it now. I knew I didn't have to go through the ice caves.
God.
He
For the
said
record, I
confidently.
did go through the ice cave, so...
I think I probably did too, but I think I found this way and then it was like, oh wait, I want to go see what that content was. Because I'm a content seeker. Yeah, go on that and then go to the left. And then there's an air vent. And then, yep, we figured it out.
See you guys.
I hope this is the right way.
It is.
Oh, it is.
We're almost back. We're almost back. This is we're now at the caves. You should have. We're gonna heal up here, but.
I think he's calling it quits.
I'll be back to kill you later. Maybe, probably not. Is this the right way?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, thank God we figured it out.
We did it. We can go to Kashyyyk and see the ugly one.
This Chris, this better be really good. I'm putting this on you.
Okay, no, there's pretty good. There's two things I want to talk about when we get there. I'm not going to spoil it because they're cool, but there's two cool things. Well, there's one cool thing and one thing worth talking about. I'll put it that way.
All right. I'll take it.
I'll find an opening.
I am going to throw someone off that cliff. There we go.
It's no fun if they don't scream though. Like,
yeah, they don't do any screaming.
No.
I don't think. Can you climb on that? Oh, you can.
To be fair, we don't scream either.
You should be
Doesn't
doing the
need a
Wilhelm
scream because isn't that like a Star Wars thing to use the Wilhelm?
I'm pretty sure there was one.
Yeah.
I keep wanting to Dark Souls this and use the trigger buttons, but that's my force shit. There's a. I feel like we unlocked a way back from here, but
We did. It's across the street. Go. Just jump down across the street.
yeah, okay, I see it.
You're going down.
Across the street.
My name's Pete Double Time because I say things twice. Say things twice. Pete Repeat. God damn it, that's his name. Sorry, I'm
Pete Double Time.
I'm slow. Okay, I'm struggling here.
Well, we did have that whole ice cave debacle. I don't blame you.
I don't remember where the Wilhelm scream is in Raiders Tomb.
Tomb.
Raiders Tomb. Well, no, I'm thinking of Last Crusade. Never mind.
Temple of Doom, or in Last Crusade.
Last Crusade, it's where the guy falls off
The tank, yeah.
When him and his dad.
That makes sense.
Temple of Doom
I
is
do
that
remember
during
where it is in
the
Crystal
minecart?
Skull,
Why?
probably.
Oh, an ATST.
Because it's really bad in Crystal Skull.
Is there? Can we just
No,
leave?
why do you remember Crystal Skull at all?
Because I watched it.
No, they
I
closed the
blurred that
door.
shit out of my
You
memory.
bastards!
They're not going to let you in until you deal with it.
In Crystal Skull, they play the Wilhelm scream when Indy bursts through a library on a motorcycle, and there's like a big nerdy student who just like, this is like a zoom in on his face with his mouth open, and he just makes the Wilhelm scream, and it clearly like does not come from his mouth.
That's
awful. It's very bad. Very bad.
I would recommend not playing this super defensive, unless there's a reason to.
Literally, you can just get up and when I played
not
it,
seen Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull, just don't. Yeah, I would recommend it.
just don't. Yeah.
It's not great.
So when I played against this guy, he walked up against that rail there that Josh is looking at, and he couldn't turn around, and I just hit him.
Oh my god, can I? He's going into what the? God, why does this game do that? It looks so dumb.
Fun.
It's stepping on its own fucking mines like a moron.
Can you imagine being the guy inside that thing?
Oh, he gets out at the end of this. Like, you still have to kill him.
Yeah, you can see his face.
Wow, that guy's determined. He kills his mech suit, and he gets out. He's like, yeah, little fisticuffs, little Rochambeau.
If I were him, I would have just stayed inside it.
Yeah, why not? Why on earth would you crawl out?
And yeah, after all that, he's gonna climb out and shoot me. Can we leave now? Oh, okay. Door's on the other side. That was not.
I also like. Did they tell you about that? In my playthrough, they made a big deal about how it's coming and they're pinned down and everything.
Nice work
But in this
out
one,
there,
you're
kid.
just
Hey,
there.
got some real
Yeah.
moves on you. Just tell me that this visit wasn't for nothing.
I think we got back a very weird way that the game was not expecting us to get back.
An advanced
That's true.
civilization of force wielders who mysteriously vanished. No wonder Master Cordova became so obsessed with them. What else did you find?
Before they disappeared, the Zeppo journeyed to the planet Kashyyyk.
Oh.
Cordova had a Wookiee friend named Tarful.
I wonder if Jolie Bindo's still there.
Sheik, look, things are really bad down there.
We're gonna meet a friend, but I'm not gonna tell you who yet. But we're gonna meet a well-known Star Wars character.
There's Chewbacca.
On Kashyyyk.
Okay. Yeah, on Kashyyyk.
The thing that amazes me is that they actually brought Samuel L. Jackson back for it.
That's racist. But no, they did. That's no.
It's
couldn't think of his
Samuel L.
character's name.
Jackson with
What's
performance
the-
capture,
what's
but they've
Samuel L.
like
Jackson's
de-aged him.
character name?
It's Mace Windu.
Windu.
Mace Windu. That's what that was the joke I was trying to make. That they brought
Max
back Mace
Windu.
Windu.
myself killed yet.
Well, it changes the context of things.
It
when you
does.
name
I
the
didn't
actor.
realize that. I didn't realize that until after I said it. I'm like, oh, I'll just say his actor's name.
That's a very different joke.
I got what you were going for.
And our clone troops turned against us. My Padawan and I took several younglings and we went into hiding. But we didn't last long. Imperial Patrol was about to discover our location, so I tried to lure
What
them
are they
away
talking
from
about
my
with this
Padawan
hamburger
Trilla.
bun stuff?
She stayed behind.
That's the pilot guy, the alien guy, apparently.
Oh, yeah.
God, I might actually have to go and get a Wendy's spicy crispy chicken sandwich after this.
I'm craving one so badly.
My nearest Wendy's is
That
like
right now, she's
10
gonna bring
miles
me
away.
one.
It just sucks.
Mostly they wanted to.
Don't drive that far for Wendy's. That's a
Wendy's is
crime
not
on
worth
multiple
10
levels.
miles. No, don't.
Spicy crispy chicken sandwich, though.
I live less than a mile from Wendy's, and then another one is less than a mile from where I work, and I can tell you, it's not worth it.
I once heard of a guy who drove to a Wendy, like was driving on a road trip, and he went to saw a Wendy, so he like pulls into the drive-through. He gets up to the window and he says, "Can you give me directions to the Dairy Queen?"
No.
You should do that, Chris. Walk into a Chipotle and go like, "Can you give me directions to Arby's?"
That's why we can't give up. We can't let the sacrifice of those closest to us be for nothing.
The worst part is I'm gonna have to start all this over because I'm not like I have no idea what's going on in the story right now because I'm not paying attention.
Yeah, you definitely should start it over. I was gonna ask you about that after the stream because like, you've missed so much content that you just because we're playing.
I like how we did not
I don't-
leave immediately.
To people talking about that actress's eyes, like I don't mean to sound like a scold, but yeah, they're just absolutely people who have eyes that look like that. I don't think that's supposed to be a thing, guys.
I think it's I don't know. Maybe it's an uncanny valley situation.
First in my class at the Lateron Space Academy.
I do
Because
like
it's
this bit.
It's that realistic part of somebody's face, but it's
Yeah.
on an animated character, and your brain is like, what is happening?
I really feel like it's not that, like, I don't parse it as weird. I don't know,
No,
I guess
yeah.
I'll feel stupid if it turns out it actually is supposed to be a thing, but no, I think that's just how people's eyes look sometimes.
Yeah.
I do really like the takeoff sequence. It just
Yes.
plays where you're going instead of just like, oh, now you're in hyperspace, or we're gonna flash white and then you're there.
All right, kids, sit down. We're here.
Chris, what are you posting in the chat?
That's the model for the character.
Well, it's the actress that plays the character. Just for comparison, it does look exactly like her. And she narrator,
Whoa.
it is the lady from Deborah Wilson, who's also in Shadow of the Colossus.
They're all. Why are the engines turned off?
Tell me we're not running that blockade.
Oh, only as a last resort. I've rigged the Mantis' transponder to transmit Imperial signals. Hey, Grease.
Yeah.
Keep your power signature low and act like we belong.
Because they're keeping their power signature low and acting like they belong, Josh. There's a reason for everything.
Don't need another set of hands. Just please keep your eye on the scanner. Please.
I also like that joke. That was a nice, subtle joke that I think Red Storm would appreciate.
I liked it, yes.
I don't see anything.
You're preoccupied with something on the ground. We're clear.
Sad to say that this Discord streaming actually works pretty well.
Yeah,
it really does.
So what? To explain, we've got a stream for the other cast members to watch that does not have voice on it. And it turns out Discord does that really well.
Yeah, we've used, I think, just about every live streaming platform that has existed to stream spoiler warning footage to cast members live over the course of the show.
Yeah.
Like, I want to say literally every single streaming platform that has ever had more than, like, 20 users we have attempted to use at some point.
We have not used Mixer, the up-and-coming thing that's going to pay us $1 million to join in them.
Oh,
that's not true.
That's
Have we
true. We
used
have not
TikTok?
used it, and they will not pay us $1 million.
We should try TikTok.
Wookiees and off-worlders ambushing
I'm sure that'll work.
But TikTok's not really a streaming platform.
Yeah, just have Josh hold his phone up to the screen while he plays.
In the ground like we're gonna be if we get caught up in that battle down there.
We don't
I
have
like
any other
Grease.
options.
Grease is my favorite character.
Who voices him?
I'll look it up. 1
So
second.
what's your plan?
Someone.
Sabotage.
No, it's a
We used to
robot.
scrap walkers on Braca. I'll just jack one.
Get a load of the kid. He thinks we're back in the Clone Wars.
Captain, get us near those walkers.
Daniel Roebuck.
Those walkers double as troop
Who
transport. So
never
once you
heard
get
of
outside,
them.
be careful.
No
Ooh.
freeze to work his magic.
He does a lot of acting, but I'm not seeing anything that stands out as like.
Yeah, Lachlan, I was just thinking that. Like, he reminds me of the pilot who dies like a third of the way into Solo.
He is.
Spoilers.
The one thing I'm seeing that is the only thing I would know him from. He was Arst in Lost. If you remember Arst from Lost.
I did not watch Lost.
I can't be Arst too.
So.
Did you say Arst?
Arst. A-R-Z-S-T.
Oh, that just means doctor.
But it was his name.
Doctor name.
I hope he wasn't a doctor.
So in the old expanded universe,
You ready to do this?
Kashyyyk was a planet that was pretty much entirely covered by like mile-tall trees.
This is still kind of.
He
that.
was a doctor. He's Dr. Arst.
I'm stuck on a
Look.
log.
Look, this is a TV show that has a character named Christian Shepherd. Okay, this is not a.
Oh my god, is that really a character name? Can we get on
Lost?
this thing?
Absolutely.
This is the only time that I enjoyed climbing/jumping puzzling. Because I think this is a cool sequel.
It's very dynamic.
His name is basically just Doctor.
Yes, he was the dynamite guy. He was the dynamite guy in Lost. If that might be how you remember him more than.
They really made the doctor like gave the
Those
doctor
are
just a
Republic
name to be the
gunships.
doctor.
Just a little more.
You know, I know that it's supposed to be covered in fur or whatever, but I love the idea of an AT-AT that has a beard. It's like a ZZ Top AT-AT. It's great.
Is this one of the cool things?
No, we're about to get to one of the cool things.
Well, I think it's cool.
The Shadow of the Colossus bit here is kind of cool. But this is not the cool bit. The cool bit is the stupid bit we're about to do now.
Oh, cool. We actually get to see the inside.
Now, you have to walk through there. This guy got stuck here. You have to walk through that
this
little...
confused me too.
Right.
Oh yeah, that's terrible.
I was like hitting everything
did
with...
not look like you're supposed to be able to go through it.
I was wailing on things with my lightsaber. I was trying to power. Do.
There's no pulse. Your turn to report fatalities. This is L97240 reporting in. We've got confirmed casualties.
How many of these guys got killed? What the?
This disappoints me because that's all he does. That's the end of the dialogue. And then they just stand around.
He's hurt. Yes.
You froze the wrong guy.
I have an AoE freeze.
Supposedly.
Come on.
So this part is the cool part I'm talking about once we get in here.
We meet Wicket.
See that hallway? That is so cool. Did you see how that hallway has ladders on the sides? So cool.
Badly damaged. We're at 70% integrity and falling. That should still be enough to stomp out these insurgents. Huh?
Yeah! Just knock him out with a head hit to the fucking helmet.
Why do we decide we're not gonna kill these guys?
Shut that guy up. Let's do this.
So we get a vehicle segment?
Yes.
Neat.
That's neat.
So those are the blasters.
And then there's cannons on the other trigger.
AKA the more useful gun.
You said it.
But like, I've never actually been able to really feel like I'm driving an AT.
Let's move forward.
and this is the first game that really makes me feel like I'm piloting an AT-AT.
This should be in battle.
But it's also 100%. Well,
AT&T.
No,
I prefer.
I like
I don't
AT-AT as well.
Isn't
That's
this
how
an
I've always talked
AT-AT?
to
Oh
it.
no, this is an AT-AT. Yeah.
But what I love about this is that it's a turret section. It's a 1990s style turret section.
Yeah.
But it feels great.
What the fuck?
I saw.
Yeah. That's the other thing I wanted to talk about.
Oh, I saw what you did there.
So, the problem I have with this is that Saw is like in everything in this era. Like, he shows up in Star Wars Rebels in kind of the same way.
So, having not seen...
I think that the showrunners or the people who designed this game were big Rebels fans.
Yeah, it feels very much like
very similar.
Yes.
It is after Rogue One.
No, it's got to
No.
be before because
Rogue One is
dies
literally right
in Rogue
before
One.
Episode 4.
Yeah, like what are you
Oh,
talking
that's
about?
right. Yeah, you're right.
Also, yeah, Saw Gerrera, by the time Rogue One comes around, he lost his marbles.
He had marbles?
You can blow up all of that stuff. All those red packages.
Oh.
There we go.
Red packages, you say?
Look, my wording is not good at midnight. It's hard. Think.
Is it already
We're
midnight?
almost done here. We're gonna wrap this up as soon as we get out of here.
Blow up the thing that's getting away, and also the TIE fighters.
This does look really good. I mean, this
It
has
was
a kind
super
of
fun.
visceral satisfaction to
Yeah.
it. The lightsaber really lacks.
Come on.
It
Is
will
it
go.
possible for us to die in this section? Like, it doesn't
I
seem
don't
like we
think
have a
so.
health bar. Oh crap!
That's fun. Okay, I gotta say, you really convincingly ate shit during that collapse. Full marks.
Anyway, that segment I really, really enjoyed, and we can sort of wrap up here when we talk to Saw Gerrera and the Wookiees. The Wookiees do look hideous.
They do look bad.
If there's one thing in this game that does not look good at all, it is the Wookiees.
The Wookers aren't lookers.
Got a name?
Cal Kestis.
But like, was Forrest
Was this
Whitaker? Did
in
he
the
play himself
trailer?
in Rebels? Not himself, but did he play Saw in Rebels?
I don't remember if he voiced him in Rebels. He's actually also in Clone Wars.
So, who are you looking for?
A Wookiee chieftain named Tarful.
Yep, he was voiced by Forrest Whitaker.
Oh, cool.
He's a freedom
Oh,
fighter.
no, in the Clone Wars and in Rebels he was voiced by Forrest Whitaker. In the Clone Wars he was voiced by Andrew Kashino.
Well, yeah, he was like 12 in the Clone Wars, so.
Oh, okay.
Or well, he was a teenager.
Jedi business.
Jedi are dead.
Not all of them.
You get that off a corpse?
My master gave it to me.
This pad supports an Imperial refinery.
So
And he
we're not,
also did the voice of this game. So yeah.
Intel suggests that
so we're not gonna get there. But is Saw having a grappling hook like a thing for him? Because regularly in this level, you'll like have Saw on some other other side of some glass or something, and you'll have to like activate a button. And Saw will be like, "You did it, good job," and then he'll leave the scene by grappling away and like flying out of the screen.
Fucking
And I
Batmaning away.
Exactly, he literally Batmans away multiple times in this level, and it's
That's
just a very
amazing.
bizarre thing.
Yeah, so like,
Anyway.
I mean, I don't hate it. It's not.
Keep an eye on Cal.
You know, I like some of the stuff that I'm seeing, and the story stuff seems interesting enough.
Good to see you too.
Your plan worked.
The jank is
And
real
now you want to
bad.
follow Saw.
Like,
No, it is an
It's-
unpolished game. It needed another 6 months of just
What do you think of Saw's plan?
scrubbing
He's
away the
fighting
jank.
a losing battle.
I doubt freedom for the Wookiees is his only goal.
Oh, people want to see how ugly the Wookiees are. Go look at some Wookiees.
I actually don't like the combat all that much.
And don't forget
See?
the Empire fights dirty.
I'm really glad you played it because I was really frustrated with it.
I think part of it is that it's not really polished. The timings are kind of awkward. The tells don't seem to do what you think they should. Wow.
Yeah, that's the thing. Oh boy, that's
these
not
do
great.
not.
That looks like the great. Oh,
wow.
holy shit.
That's bad. Holy crap.
Oh.
Look at his armpits.
No,
like, what is
not
going
good
on
at all.
there?
I'm
No.
like vaguely offended. This looks
This is
like a
like-
Mighty Boosh thing that's like really problematic in retrospect.
This is the Wookiees
They're
are
covered
really
in
bad.
thin leaves. Like, what the fuck?
The Wookiees are really bad. I can't defend the Wookiees. They're terrible.
Oh, that's awful.
man.
This looks legitimately worse than like fan-made Wookiee models from
They
10
look
years
better
ago.
in Star Wars Galaxies. Jesus.
They looked better in every Star Wars property I've ever seen a Wookiee in.
Who thought this was okay? Go get NVIDIA hair effects.
They should have just taken like
Fucking
the 6-inch
Geraltum.
figurine and put it in like and put it in a scanner. Like that would look better than this.
My favorite thing is that this animation does nothing but unflatter the models they made, and he just has this on a loop where he's just like freaking out with his arms.
This isn't even a good Wookiee Halloween costume.
Oh my god.
This is the Wookiee Halloween costume that gets you thrown out of the party.
So you don't love the combat, but you do kind of like the story beats. Would you say that you're enjoying this game? Do you think it's a game you'll finish?
Kinda. Like, it's weird because there's a lot of really frustrating stuff, but at least the recovery from the frustrating stuff isn't super long most of the time.
If it was more punishing, I definitely would not.
It's like yeah, that combat is really rough. It wants to be Sekiro, but it's not anywhere near as good as that game is. It feels unresponsive, and I feel like I lost the parry timing window somewhere in there. I think I was actually parrying them, but it wasn't playing the animation because they had more health, and that would have been something useful to explain. Yeah, I don't know. It's
There's a gonk droid.
There's a whole
You're right.
hallway of gonk droids. And you were like, don't go back that way. That's the way of gonk droids.
Yeah, but this one's working, and it says gonk occasionally.
For me, if I were to, if someone was to ask me if I would recommend this game, I would say only if you really like Star Wars. I don't love Star Wars these days. I'm not the biggest fan of the franchise, but I did when I was a kid, and this definitely brings back memories. And I can imagine Kid Me would have really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
So it's a nice little nostalgia trip. Again, $60? Maybe not.
Is it?
It does this occasionally.
That's not what gonk sounds like, though. That's wrong. It's going like gonk, 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 gonk. It's supposed to be gonk, gonk, gonk.
Slice it in half.
No, the best thing is when you go into the Imperial areas here, and they've got R2 droids, and you can force push them, and they scream the R2 scream whenever you force push droids. It's great.
Yeah. I usually hate projecting like an assumption of a genre or like an IP onto a video game. I'm usually like a hardcore formalist, like the video game's mechanics should stand on its own. But it is hard when you have a lightsaber, which is such an iconic power fantasy weapon, and you make using it so like awkward and unsatisfying.
Josh, is that ship Saw's ship? Because I don't follow Rebels or Clone Wars. I should, because I know they're good, but I just haven't watched them.
No, that's just a regular, that one. That's just a regular Trooper dropship.
Well, that's
No, I can't. Oh, I can.
The chat is telling you to kill the gonk droid.
I can't while I'm near the gonk droid. It doesn't want. I'm not allowed. Like, look, I put it away every time that I come near it.
This gonk must be really powerful in the Force.
Anyway, I think it's interesting that they have like this ship here from the Clone Wars, and they have the like in the beginning they had the Nubian ship or whatever it was, the Newt Gunray. What are the
right? Yeah, the Trade Federation.
Nemodian, that's the word.
Yeah,
I can't.
the Trade Federation.
My brain is fried. I'm tired. I've had a long day. But yeah, it's interesting to me that this game mixes a lot of stuff from like Clone Wars and early stuff that you don't normally see jutting up against original trilogy stuff. And especially because like in the movies, it's sort of like Revenge of the Sith happens, cut, and then the next time you're playing or the next time you see things, it's 20 years later.
Yeah.
And it's A New Hope. It's nice to see that sort of in between. And I know Rebels kind of does this, but again, I haven't seen Rebels, so it's cool to see some media that sort of bridges that gap a little bit.
This feels very much like they wanted to do a Rebels video game, but for reasons they could not actually do the Rebels cast, so it's basically that, but with a bunch of slightly different characters.
Well, also that's Rebels is canon. I don't know if this is considered canon.
Yeah, I don't know. Are new video games considered canon?
Yes,
they might
EA
be.
video games are considered canon.
Yeah, so
sure.
Battlefront 1 and 2 happened, Chris.
But what about Force Unleashed?
That's an old video game.
And can you really say Battlefront happened? I mean, like,
the joke.
Darth Vader accidentally walking off a cliff, that happened.
Yeah, Luke at the Battle of Endor, or the Battle of Hoth, runs up and then immediately gets smushed by an AT-AT.
Well, I guess we should wrap it up. Any final thoughts, everybody?
Final
thought?
Josh owes me a Wendy's spicy crispy chicken sandwich.
I do not.
Fair enough. Chris, final thoughts?
The game, realistically, if it really wanted to be the big event game, needed another 6 months to a year, but it didn't have that, A, because it needed to meet Christmas, and B, because new consoles are coming out and they did not want to spend the time to port this, so we got the game we got. And given that we got the game we got, I'm enjoying it a lot. I have more thoughts, but I'll share them later.
I think it's also, they have to meet the Rise of the Skywalker, Return of the Sky, whatever the Episode 9 release 2 is just like right around the corner.
Rise of the Return of the final movie in this trilogy.
Yep. Already got my ticket. Looking forward to it. I like Last Jedi a lot, so I'm looking forward to the next one.
All right, that's it. We have Jedi timed. It is now time to not be Jedi.
Yep. Thanks everybody for watching so much. Be sure to get everybody to watch the VOD because boy, there's some moments in.
Oh man, I should really put together a cut of some of this. I'm not sure I want to search through a 3-hour, 45-minute fucking VOD.
I can't believe we streamed.
It's okay. You will not be like. It's not like there's going to be large stretches where your art falling off of things. Yeah. That's one problem you will not have.
All right. Well, see you everyone. Thanks for watching.
Bye.